Well, good evening and welcome to the Ham Radio Clubhouse.
That was not a 2-minute intro. It is 1 minute and 54 seconds, Shane.
I thought I said a minute and 59 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Well, just a little short. It's okay.
Short change.
Somebody's talking about a little short change here tonight. How about that?
Well, I'll be the first to admit, and you can probably see it on my face, I am whipped. It has been a hell of a day today. This is the first time since I've
stream.
That's true. I wouldn't. This is the first time since I've started this new position that I've had a day where it's just back-to-back meetings, and it's not meetings that could have been an email. It's meetings where I have to explain my old job to a bunch of architects, like system architects that have no idea what a schedule is or how an airline operates. So
Yep.
it's just a mental beating. So I apologize if I look a little slow tonight, a little slower than more than usual, but
Yeah. Shane, just grab a beer. You'll be okay.
you know what? I've got an oh, you can't see it. I have an
There you
old fashioned tonight. So
Okay.
about halfway through that, I ought to perk up.
I'll just tell the viewers now that I'm focused on you guys. I'm not focused on something else.
Do you want to tell
Away from the red button.
folks do you want to tell the folks on the podcast and maybe the new viewers that we have tonight what you're referencing?
Listen, allegedly, I hit
my ass.
I hit the end stream button as opposed to leave the studio. I don't know. I don't
It's all a
see
little
the
fuzzy.
problem. Yeah, it doesn't quite make sense to me. But hey, I'm not too sure. Well, anyways,
Right.
but I'm gonna stay away from the top right corner of the screen tonight, and focus on you guys. I should not have. See, that's the problem. Is that you guys? I was sitting here working. You guys start talking about some nonsense, and I had to chime in. And then I put on hold for 30 seconds, well, a little bit more than 30 seconds, and then I come in, and then I'm like, no, I must focus, and then that's when it happened.
I gotta go. And
But you know what? Like, the party ends when I leave. So what do you want to say? Jody says, hide the stream ejection handle now.
Yes. So yeah, that was quite interesting, and I edited the podcast last night before I set the stream up 12 hours too soon for today. It's been one of those days, and yeah, I had to edit the two clips together, and I had a little voiceover in between. So if you listen to the podcast, I've got some nice things to say to Molson in the middle of that. So. But it was good. There was like 40 or 50 people that actually came back and joined us on the after show.
the show
It was
after
good
the
to
show.
see you guys follow us over there. The encore, yeah, that you didn't know was coming. Well, I'm going to throw it over to you, Daniel. What you got going on?
I was just gonna say that Ham Radio Tectonics is in the house. I met that guy in Dayton. Really, really nice guy.
Pretty cool guy, isn't he?
He's
Bill's a great
cool.
guy.
So make sure you subscribe to him. I really like him. And tell him Daniel sent you. But me, I got nothing new. Been a busy
Lies.
week. Listen, every time I step into this shack, I'm so discouraged because I have to put it back together. Like, I have all kinds of projects and I have no time. I have antennas to rebuild. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm kind of hating the ham radio hobby right now just because it makes me feel like I don't get anything done. And but yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Not much going on. I live a boring life. So
Weren't you supposed to be editing a video?
yeah, I'm still trying to edit a video. So
You want to just send me that footage and I'll edit it for you?
I got my video out before he did.
I was about to say, Steve beat you to it. That's saying something right there.
fine. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. So
Said there was
Speaking
such
of,
emotion.
yeah, I know, right? I
great.
was there was like some middle finger undertones in there that I was picking up on.
I'm being a
Steve,
good boy
how about
tonight.
yourself? For now,
I was gonna say for now, nothing too exciting. I do have a few videos in the works, but I need to do some checking. I had a very close lightning strike last night, to the point where we heard the crack through the glass of my back door.
Ain't that nice? That
Ooh.
bacon frying sound. That's so close.
I'm just hoping it wasn't the tower or the repeater that's in my garage. So I quick unplugged everything and
It's too late,
shut
man.
everything down.
I was
Yeah,
about to say, if it's already here, the sizzling, it's done over now.
well,
If you didn't smell it, it's fine.
this is true. I didn't have the hair stand up, so
Okay.
but yeah, couple things going there. This Saturday, I will be on with Coffee and Ham Radios.
Oh wow.
What?
They must have been
Finally.
hard up for a guest.
They had to have been. Yeah.
You're lucky. You're lucky. I said
What?
no.
What's your
I was about
topic
to
of
say,
expertise?
Did Joe Brett say no?
Hey, Steve. Hey,
What
Steve.
the hell, 8 man?
Hey.
Come
Hey,
on.
Steve. I turned them down.
Oh, okay. That's what it was.
That's the same thing I say, Izzo. That's my story.
So I'm guessing Coffee and Ham Radio is looking for some filler. You know?
There you go. Must be.
So what? No, but what are you guys talking about on Coffee and Ham Radio?
Just my whole shack setup, the
Oh, nice.
motorcycle mobile, and probably a little bit of remote testing.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Ham of the month, the Smoking Ape says.
Oh, okay.
I would demand a printed out certificate to prove
I
that.
want to recount the votes.
Yeah.
Some hanging chads in there.
I didn't see no poll.
Hey. Nobody knows I'm from Florida. Chill out.
Anyway, Joe Britt,
You know,
over to you since Izzo's lighting his cigar.
Man, it's today's Tuesday, and it's been a week. I've actually been doing some work at work. It's different. I'll probably take off the rest of the week. I don't know.
What, chasing the Krispy Kreme truck again, or what?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. All right. We're only 9 minutes in the show, so
Maybe Golden Chick.
yeah. So I got a video done, but I think it's going in the queue because there's some other stuff that's came up that and has came in that I need to catch up on that some other folks is doing. So I don't need to get left behind on that. And
It's
got
not a multimeter, is it?
no, but I have a product over here that I can't show you. It's right there. You can't see it because it's not released yet.
Is it a
The
10
new
meter
Kid
radio for
Radio?
radiodity?
No. The TID radio is going to be great. These guys that are getting the videos out, mine just come in today. They're really going to make it easy for me to do my video. So thank you, Ape and Hayden and whoever else is to
Is there a
follow.
new TID radio? Or is it
No,
radiodity?
it's a
rebuild. It's a redo.
they've readdressed the issues again. So
Okay.
And it's still got the same issues. Good to know.
no,
Yeah.
Oh, no?
Well, they fixed it.
Okay.
according to the Ape
No, they fixed it.
and to the Hayden.
Hmm.
So I'm kind of excited about it now that I got 5 of them sitting in my shack and I can actually talk about them now.
Wait, is that the same model that the Gigaparts radio is based off of?
No.
No. Okay.
I had to post
love
it.
Jody.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I had to post it. And Jody is right.
Oh, what's funny about the product that I told you I'm not going to show you? Like I completely misread it, so now I got to come up with some BS on how to bring it. I mean, it's still useful, but it ain't useful like I thought it was going to be useful because I guess I didn't read the whole thing, and so now we got to. You ever been in that situation? You're like, hey, that's going to be cool, and you get it,
Stuck
and
my
you're
foot
like,
in my mouth.
it don't work like that. So,
Well, you conquered the POC radio.
oh yeah, that took me a year to get a hold of one of
Yeah.
those. Yeah, that
So
was
nothing's
good.
impossible.
Yeah. Finally got my foot in the door on those. But then they come out with this new model that incorporates DMR together, and I'm like, they won't talk to me about that one. Come on, man.
Oh, that sucks.
That's pretty cool. But
It's not a bow thing that's not a bow thing, right?
right.
Okay. All right. We can't get it out of him. So, Izzo, how are you, my friend? Looks like you're smoking a Camacho tonight.
Yeah.
Hey!
And you know something? I really ain't got nothing.
That is shocking.
We live boring.
No,
Shane.
because I'm afraid
it's gonna be a long 2 hours.
I'm afraid if I say anything more, it's going to turn into an Izzo rant, which rolls into a Molson rant, which just rolls into everything else. And I don't know.
That's what the people's here for. Let's start out by that. You got specially dressed for the show tonight because I know you didn't wear your ham crew all day.
Oh my God, Joe Brett had the camera in my
crew
from Icon, man.
Oh,
I told them
wow.
I told them I think since 1989 I have spent close to $30,000 or $40,000, and if you add inflation to what the dollar was, I said, can I have a T-shirt, or tell you what, tell me where to buy the T-shirt and I'll buy it. I guess they wanted to shut me up, and 3 weeks later, the T-shirt came in.
Thank you, Ray.
So Ray must have been listening.
I have no idea. I just sent it to the general website, and who knows how many people on the lunch hour probably laughed and said, "Look at this idiot."
I was really looking forward to a Ray and Jason 2.0 collaboration. Since they was both at Galveston Beach this past week.
Were they really?
They were.
Yeah. Yes, they were. Yep. My
Jason
ham alert
said he
was going off.
Maybe it's in the pipeline.
Maybe so.
Just didn't live stream it.
So I have news.
Whoa,
So
we have another view.
How about that?
Look at that. We get to look at the back of Joe Brett's head.
See, now it don't work.
Nope.
Molson, where's your mittens?
Now you done crapped it all out.
Molson, where's your mittens? That's for arming a cow.
Right. All right, Daniel, what were you about to say before I rudely interrupted you?
Oh, you didn't. I interrupted you, but so I purchased a new vehicle, and
congrats.
And I'm not sure if I'm going to do a mobile setup in it. I'm not sure. I'm afraid to touch the inside of it. So
just put in a temporary setup like I did.
Yeah.
Just do what Joe
Brett did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure the wife tells you no, and then do it anyway. And people.
The thing is,
exactly.
I want like all the wires completely concealed. Like I don't want to see anything.
Send it down here.
You don't even want to see the radio display, do you?
It has to look like it belongs in the dash.
Send it down here. Listen, you send it to me.
Send it to show up on his screen.
I'm gonna brag. I am going to brag. I may be an old man, and it hurts to
think
turn me
Izzo's
into a
talking,
contortionist. Send me. Yeah, I'm sorry.
You had nothing to say.
Send me your vehicle. But wait a minute. Is the bigger elephant in the room, has it already been addressed? I know I'm a few minutes late, but has it already been addressed?
I apologize.
He publicly apologized for being a button pusher.
Yeah. It's hard, man. When the button's there and it's shining,
there's one that says leave studio and one that says end stream.
I swear.
They're so close to each other. So
no,
I swear
about that far.
I'm 99% sure I didn't hit end stream. I think it was just a coincidence. That's why I say.
Oh no, watch it. Oh no, watch it. No, watch it.
The second that you play it.
Play it.
Talk amongst yourselves, because I know you're not going to.
No.
That's according to what Joe Brett says. Because I snipped it. I made a clip of it.
And thanks to our technical crew, we were able to get back on the air within 5 minutes, better than what ABC did during ABC Worldwide World of Sports when all this stuff went down in the 70s with terrorism and snow and the guy falling off with the sled or with the skis. We were back on the air with a 0.5 show.
Let's see. There's people talking about my install if I do one.
Well, I was going to say, if you want an install,
you could always just do Echo Link on your phone and no wires.
That's very true.
That install is pretty clean.
I really like that install.
I do too.
I don't think that would look good in my car, guys.
Okay, so this is what we do. Well, guess what? When you listen, no, I'm Daniel. I'm going to be very serious with you. I understand the vehicle that you bought is very high end, okay, and you deserve it. Life is short. I'm being very serious now.
I bought a used car just to clarify.
Right.
But if you do like a Lido mount, hang on.
I have to see.
Are we ready? Let me know if y'all can hear this.
Yeah, because we're all echoing because we're waiting for you to flip.
All right, I gotta go, guys. Bye.
Okay.
Bye, Moles. Boom, boom, booyah, booyah, whatever you want to call it.
Well, that was cool.
Out of here.
I gotta go. Bye. Click.
Oh, yeah, we didn't hear that. We just heard ourselves echo.
No, I heard it.
See, Steve's got my back.
But then, like I said, thanks to our technical crew, we were able to rebound fast, like NASA, who said we need to make this work and bring the guys home safe.
That's that Southwest controller.
We all
exactly.
Yeah. Yes,
we
only have a
crew that wanted us to start 12 hours early today.
Correct.
Yes, absolutely.
Correct. He was testing everybody.
I was keeping you on your toes, man.
And the boys in the Discord who haven't had any coffee caught it. That's the amazing thing.
Oh no!
Well, I
Okay.
did something because I just woke up, poured a cup of coffee, and then I get an alert on my phone that says Ham Radio Clubhouse will be live in 30 minutes. What? No!
What?
Stop!
Are we going to be doing the morning edition? Good morning, YouTube.
Smoking Ape says that proof, quote unquote, wouldn't hold dupe in ham court. Is it just a coincidence, Ape, that the minute he says bye and you see him click a mouse button that the stream's dead?
Right.
Just saying.
Bring in Johnny Cochran, Moles.
And he's muted himself.
Hold on. How many times did you see me click the button in the video?
It just takes once.
It only takes once.
No.
We won't see the first one.
It takes one disconnect is all it takes. And then it's too late. It's like pulling the pin. It's like pulling the pin on the grenade.
I think
it's too late.
I think Ape should represent me in court. He says I think Molson's being framed.
Court.
See, Ape is the Johnny Cochran of ham radio.
I wouldn't trust that attorney. He started out saying that proof wouldn't hold. Oh, the proof wouldn't hold up.
Ah, man, look at
he's talking about us, ain't
he? So should I get my Canadian snacks thing out of the way before we dive into our deep topic tonight? Okay.
Can I choose what you eat?
Yeah, absolutely.
He said before we dive into our topic, like we got. Yeah. We literally just said before you click the go live button. Don't know what we're talking about.
What are we talking about tonight?
Ham Radio. Well, Frank at Ham Radio Wilderness says, I think Abe wants Molson for the next ham of the month. Listen, I'm probably no. My shack. I'm not even hamming right now. My shack is a disaster.
I would like to see Daniel on an early Saturday morning.
Forget that.
Okay, we have 3 options tonight. I have the Crispy Crunch, which there we go, Crispy Crunch.
Okay. Yeah.
I have the Arrow. And I have the Coffee Crisp Cappuccino. What's it going to be? We'll let I know, right? Well, they're all sugar, so.
What happened to the other 20 things that you guys sent? Did you eat them all?
I just pulled things out. No, I can bring out more.
What do you think? You got hungry that night?
Do the eat more.
Do you have ketchup chips?
I do have ketchup chips.
Do it.
Oh, brutal.
Do it.
These are extra ketchup chips.
He said do it.
All right, so the ketchup chips it is. So no sugar for Shane tonight.
Yeah, right.
You might want to read the back.
Tell me there's not sugar in that old fashioned.
Let's see here. This is riveting content, by the way.
It's
all in French. How am I supposed to read it? Just kidding. Potatoes, vegetable oil, sugar. Oh, it does have sugar in it. Salt and dehydrated vegetables, tomato, beet, and garlic.
Is it gluten free?
No. Oh my God! Really? It smells like it smells like a bottle of ketchup.
Oh.
Yeah.
Heinz 7 is not ketchup.
Wait a minute. Ketchup or cat soup?
Right?
No. But which one though? Ketchup or cat soup? Cat soup?
All right, here we go. Down the hatch.
Cat soup.
Oof.
These are awesome.
Really?
All right, wait a minute. Hold on.
Really?
After Effects.
There's a little twang at the back of it.
It's like a
that ain't no
vinaigrette twang, right? Like a vinegary twang. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a vinegar vibe at the
Well,
end.
ketchup has vinegar in it.
Yeah.
Oh, it very much tastes like ketchup. Very much so.
But
Like,
it's a good.
it's a crunchy ketchup, but it's literally once it's all like mushy in there, it's like you had just squirted a ketchup in your mouth out of the bottle. Not that I've ever done that.
Oh yeah, huh? This show can go off the rails real fast.
Be a lot of
Okay.
tin cup for that to happen.
2 thumbs up for the ketchup chips,
Okay.
Yes.
especially the extra ketchup.
Nope. I'll stick with barbecue. Thank you.
So
Have you
Molson,
tried
when
them?
you Molson, when you get the vehicle, is there eating like to go to the drive-through? Like where are your parameters for the first 30 days? Because we all know it changes.
Dude,
so where
I'm
do
bad
you
with
start
cars.
at the first?
I'm
Okay,
so
so
bad
you're
with
not going to give a
cars.
shit. Okay, you're not going
Well,
to
I'm gonna-
smoke in it,
I'm-
are you?
I'm gonna give it a shit. Well, I told myself I'm not going to. So
Okay,
yeah.
so this is what I'm saying. This is where we go. Okay, now are you going to go to the drive-through?
of course I will.
And
I
will
need my
you-
Tim Hortons
okay.
coffee.
All right. So you're going to drink while you're driving, and then does that include a scone, Danish, croissant?
You need to
or-
clarify. You need to clarify what kind of drinking
Coffee.
I'm doing while I'm
He
driving.
will be
I'm
drinking coffee.
Coffee
Coffee.
while I drive.
coffee.
Man,
Yes,
he didn't.
no, yeah.
He didn't buy this vehicle to put it up in the living room and dust it once a week.
All right. But you know how some people are. The first 30 days, I'm not going to. Next thing you know, they're diving in, and there's a French fry in the side of the console, and there's a 10 cents, and trust me, been there, done that.
We're just gonna drill a hole right through the center of the roof. Mount
Yeah.
the
I have
antenna.
Steve. I got plenty of wire loom here. I got 10 gauge wire. I'm looking at. I got 10, 12, and 14 gauge wire. I have a bus. I have something like a bus, a power strip for you in there. We'll double fuse it at the battery. Run it back in. We'll double fuse it again. I have rubber grommets going through the firewall.
I was gonna
Oh,
say
man.
they probably make a console for it.
You have a shift. Look it up. You give me that vehicle for 4 days. 4 days.
Have an update.
So
What's
you
your
have an
update?
update? What? Heartburn?
They
doesn't
lose their
like
appeal
it.
about halfway through the bag.
He doesn't like it.
No, I still like it, but it's like you can only eat so much freaking vinegar. And it's
it will
very
numb
strong
your mouth.
vinegar on the back. Exactly. I
it'll
can't.
numb your mouth.
The backside of my tongue is just like,
And if you keep
Yeah,
on
no.
eating them, you almost got like the cold sores on the side of your mouth that are like they sting.
Ugh.
I'm telling
the
you,
hell?
trust me.
What's this shit? Novocaine for the wilderness?
No, but yeah, that's so the better. Like I've never had that brand of what is that, Old Dutch? I've never had Old Dutch, but the Lay's version is awesome. It's not as vinegary, I think, but hey,
Okay.
you know, it's something you have to get
Novocaine
used
for the
to.
30-second parallel? I mean, come on, guys.
You want me to start talking about like American food and how you feel
Sure.
after 3 bites? Because like
Yeah, go ahead.
you know, Denny's
Which one?
Denny's is all, you know, their
Denny's
hash
is
browns is a whole
gross.
other story there. Yeah.
Denny's
ultimate
doesn't serve
fusion
real
of
bacon.
flavor and crunch
Yeah.
with extra ketchup.
So
Uh,
Don, you're saying after 4 days, his center console will look like that.
It could.
it's not.
That's what it took.
Oh, yeah,
That's
well-
what it took. Whoa, that center console also
that Joe
doesn't
Brett's car?
include all of the emergency
No.
lights, Steve.
That's
Listen,
true.
my
That-
wife would kill me if my car looked like that. So
No, she won't
Anyways.
kill you. No,
She
no,
will.
no. You don't tell her what the insurance policy is, and you tell her don't sell any radios. Don't worry, because she does. You don't want to tell her what you paid for everything.
I was gonna say just that Motorola stack right there. Never mind.
Yeah.
great
I will say I'm
agreement
not looking
quota.
forward to these.
What are they? Salt and vinegar? Oh, I
Salt
hate
and
those.
vinegar.
You think that your mouth is like? You think your mouth is going numb now? Just wait till you eat that crap. Ooh.
Yeah.
And I like ketchup chips, so like that stuff is bad. Grayman Poda, do you have the new Bronco or do you have an old Bronco? I used to have a 1994 Bronco XL, the big one there, the OJ one. I used to have that
Only
one.
big for Daniel.
So
Was it white?
The Hummer,
Yeah, that's-
Bronco.
It was white. It was white. Look at Molson. I love it.
what? No, mine was like bluish purple. It was
Oh.
it was killer. It was good. Yeah, it was nice. Although like
just
so I
picture-
so I was a sucker when I was So when I was a kid, so I worked young, started young. So I had money in my bank account. I don't know, maybe like 12 grand in my bank account when I bought it when I was like 17. And the guy wanted 10 grand for the truck. So I bought it. Certified check, bought the truck. About a year and a half later, I wanted to sell it. And my dad was the one who took care of selling it, and he sold the thing for $2,500. I was so pissed. I was like, I bought that thing for $10,000 and you sold it for $2,500. He's like, well, that's all I can get. Not everybody's a sucker like you. So
Keeping it real. Keeping it real.
yeah. So
You should go do that to your kid. You should do that to your kid next time he brings in a junker to the house. Sell it.
Grayman says he has a new Gen 6 Bronco. That's awesome. And Four Wheeling Redneck says he has the 93 XLT. So I had like the 93 94. I had to see if I have pictures of that thing. It was amazing. You know, the cap came off. I had the single seat in the back. So that thing, so when I bought it, was in great shape. No, it was like a purplish blue. So that thing, I don't know if you've ever seen it. Can somebody pull up the picture of the Bronco XLT? So I got to tell you a story. That thing was amazing when I bought it. Like, I'm not a big sound guy, but this guy had these subwoofers in the back, and it was like boom, boom, boom. Anyways. But the front brake caliper was no good, and the driver's side. So I had to put a pair of vice grips on the brake line on it. I think I told you about this. Anyways, I did. So I had like one working brake, and I picked it up on like a Friday, went to the DMV, got it plated, and changed over, and then I went out to the country to hang with friends with this brake caliper on the front brake. Anyways, almost got into an accident. We had a friend in the backseat. It was her birthday, surprise birthday party. So they wanted to drive around the countryside to fool her where we were going. So they put a blindfold on her, and I had taken the back seat out of my truck, so it was like just the bed. So there's no seat in the back. So she's sitting on the floor. I go to turn onto like a single lane highway, like a provincial highway, so like a state highway or whatever. Anyways, and I didn't realize in the curve there was this car coming around the curve fast. So I slam on the brakes, and of course my front left caliper was clamped. So I ended up like doing a sharp 90 degree, like it didn't stop. It like rolled like a sharp corner almost into the shoulder. And she went flying and got a huge gash in her leg on the bracket for the seat, the plates in the floor. So she needed like, I don't know, like 10 stitches on her leg. But anyways, we waited till after the surprise birthday party so yeah, that's what I had. So that back cap comes off. That back cap unbolts and it comes off. And my dad and I, so we went up. We went up.
Beach cruiser.
Yeah. So my dad and I, funny enough, right after I got it, my dad and I went up to where I was this summer to renovate my grandfather's place. He wanted to do some renovations on there. And so I drove my truck up, and we had to go to the nearest town north to go get some sheets of plywood. And so what we did was the back window goes down. It's a motorized back window.
Jesus
but the person who had the truck, they had put the exhaust pipe straight out the back like two, and usually they come out the side, but they put them out the back. And so we had the window open in the back. We're driving, we had finished at the store. We're heading home, and we're driving down the highway. My dad and I are laughing our butts off. Like, we're just like, I have a headache. We're laughing our butts off. And so because the window was down, it created like a backdraft of the exhaust into the back of the truck. And so like,
getting all sleepy, getting sleepy.
we
were laughing, yawning all of a sudden.
Well. Yeah, it was brutal.
I don't all green.
Steve, I hate you dropped that, because did anybody notice, Daniel, you could have more than doubled your money if you'd kept that Bronco.
Yeah, if I would have kept it for
231,000 miles, and they still wanted 24,000.
And if you said OJ sat in that thing would have tripled the price.
Why do you think I pulled up the white one?
Exactly.
I'm hoping some of our Photoshop people get to work on that.
Yes, Photoshop people, I challenge you. I know you will do that. Do not disappoint us. We give you props.
Hang on. I'll help about even more. I'm going to drop the link to the Carfax search for it.
Nice.
Now, you got to put a picture of OJ in the driver's seat and me in the passenger seat. That's what you got to do. So, anyways.
So I can't feel the back of my tongue and the corners of my mouth. I feel like I just ate a razor blade.
Loser.
Dick.
There's a 95. There's a 95 Bronco up in Illinois. They want 83,000 for it.
Wow, that's
80.
crazy. I wonder what my truck's going for right now. Hold on, I'm trying to find. Jody had a. Did anybody? Jody had something about the RAC. Yeah, asked me a question. I want to see. Come back to that because I have no clue what he's talking about. Something about a hurricane watch or something.
Oh, look, there's a 92 XLT with an accident reported. I wonder if it was a pit maneuver.
On the freeway.
Mhm.
Where is it? Where is it?
Let me stop looking at those.
You already wanting to spend money?
God, no. No, I got an F-150. I need to put a system in. And yes,
Jody, I can't find that comment you had about the RAC. Retype it. I want to see what you're saying.
This is my kind of.
What do you want? A weather
wanna make
forecast?
sure I'm
I'll
not
tell you.
gonna-
I'll give you the weather forecast.
I don't know what he was talking about. Something with a hurricane watch, hurricane net for Nova Scotia. We don't care about Nova Scotia.
yeah,
So
Hurricane Lee.
that's my kind of Bronco.
That's cool.
That's old style,
Yeah.
man.
That's
That-
really
I had an old
I-
school friend down the street had one of those, but it didn't have a removable top. And
Yeah, that's old. That's old school.
there was people back then offering him 10,000 for it, and he wouldn't take it.
They
And that's
all
not
have
gonna-
a removable top.
well, whatever he had.
If
looked
you have
solid.
a
A what? Oh, a
Sawzall.
Sawzall.
Make
I just
your own.
remember riding with him to school during the winter was horrible because no insulation in those things.
Oh God, no.
Oh,
Hey,
it's
guys,
a Hurricane Lee update.
Hey guys, quick shout out to Tango Oscar Mike Tom. We haven't seen him in a long time. We
Hey,
hope
Tom.
he's doing well. Great guy. Him and his dog out there in Pennsylvania having fun. So we hope all is doing well. And thank you for coming in tonight.
So I didn't mention it in the first half of the show, but everyone in the green chat, those are our channel members. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Four Wheeling Redneck's been as a member for 9 months now, supporter. We were talking earlier about potentially doing a really good giveaway, and Molson had this idea of doing like 88 different prizes.
No, it's a
we
great.
thought
It's a
about-
great idea. It's a great
I
idea.
thought
But
let
we
me
would have
post.
to have one hell of a fun drive to get that, to
Oh,
give
we
away
can do
that
it.
much stuff.
We can't.
So
do it.
here I'm. You know what? I'm going to read you guys the list of the 12 days.
Yeah,
of
that would be a
Christmas
great
that I came
idea.
up
Yeah.
with. Okay. So I'm not.
And it
gonna
was
sing
rather
it.
ingenious because you
I'm
can
not
sing
gonna-
it. Yeah.
I was
Because
because
you
sing
can't-
it.
No, I'm not going to sing it. Well,
Sing it.
I think. First of all, I think for the promo video, what we need to do, if we do this, if we would ever materialize, we'd have to get YouTubers to sing the 12 Days of Christmas that we have. And
Yes,
and then
I
we
will get
edit
Ape. I will
together.
get Ape to sing. I will get Ape to sing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will
Okay.
not.
Or
yes.
we'll auto tune him.
There you
I'll
Okay.
go.
get Ape. I'll get Chuck. Yes. Tell you what, you put me on that detail, I'll get it done, Molson.
Okay.
First,
so
Molson,
Dave-
before you start reading through that,
Yeah.
Shane needs to be corrected. Plasma would like you to acknowledge that not all channel members are in green. Some do have a spanner wrench from Australia, so they're mods in the chat. So they are in blue, but they have an icon next to their name. So
Oh, okay. Well, I apologize for that
you
oversight because they're green in my. Everybody's green in my window.
oh, okay.
Okay.
So anyway,
So here is Molson's 12 Days of Christmas. So the on the first day of Christmas, a buddy pull hex beam. Okay.
the first
on the
day.
On the first day.
Hold
that's
on.
like-
Hold
Put
on.
it backwards.
But that's like the end, right?
Oh,
So you
okay.
do backwards,
So
That's right.
right?
Gotcha.
That's right.
Okay.
So-
Correct.
So
You don't give them
on a
big
second
one-up.
day of Christmas, 2 FTM 500s. On the third day of Christmas, 3 Anytone radios. On the fourth day of Christmas, 4 Heil headsets. On the fifth day of Christmas, 5 Pactena minis. On the sixth day of Christmas,
Those
6
might be
FF
hard to get a hold
half-waves.
of.
Well, we can you know, they can
We
hook
know
a brother
people.
up.
We know people.
Okay.
We know people.
So on the sixth day of Christmas, 6 NFED half waves. On the seventh day of Christmas, 7 Cartenas. On the eighth day, 8 Poda coax. I'm hoping that the message.
Oh, it's out by then. That's the yellow stuff, right?
Yeah.
The Potaflex.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
On the 9th day of Christmas, 9 soldering stations, or if you want me to say
wow.
soldering stations, right? on the 10th day of Christmas, 10 LGG onions. On the 11th day of Christmas, 11 LP crimpers, and on the 12th day of Christmas, 12 sticker packs. So I figured at full retail price, it's $6,800 for that. So
Oh my God.
we can do it. We can do it.
look, we have this is full disclosure right now to our viewers. Our balance
here we
sheet,
go.
We have over $2,000 right now in the balance sheet. So Shane was saying we need to do a giveaway. And then Izzo says we need to plan our 12 days of Christmas. And then I come up with a list for 12 days of Christmas. So I don't know. I think
And we've all been drinking too much.
No. Let me just say something here, Shane.
Water.
Shane, are you listening to me? We are Americans. We are Americans. We can do anything. Okay. We put not the Sputnik. We put the Apollo. We put the Apollo in the air, and then we landed it on the moon. We put a flag on there. We can do it. When the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor, did we say, "Oh no, we give up, we give up"? We didn't do all that. We rallied, and we got it done.
Who bombed Pearl Harbor?
Careful talking about this stuff.
Okay.
so,
There's more questions you're gonna have to answer.
so listen,
I'm just saying we can do this. We're
the
Americans.
money goes
We can
back
do
to the
it.
viewers. The money always goes back to the viewers, and the money comes from the viewers.
You're talking
So-
about raising as much money that Jim spent on freaking circuit boards that he screwed up. Like these.
But that's Jim. We as a community, think big here. Dream big. As a community, we can
That's
bless.
right.
I think
Build
it's
it,
88
and we
people.
can come. Build it, and we can come. It's very simple.
Listen, if the chat says they want to do it, they're the ones who are helping us. If you want to do
That's
12 days
right.
of Christmas, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't want to do it, you just want to do one giveaway,
Right.
put a 2 in the chat. It's up to you guys.
It's like going to the church raffle, and there's the Cadillac, and they're only going to sell 100 tickets. Your odds are better. So guess what?
And just buy 100 tickets.
I agree.
What I'm just saying, though, you can do it. You can do it.
Brian, thanks for the $20 super chat, buddy. I know we didn't mention that because we were in the middle of something, but thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
Hold on. What do you mean I failed history? I didn't bring any history up in that, did I? I don't know. Anyway, maybe. Listen, here or what we do.
Ken says Japan sent 2 V2s to London.
I'm sorry. What did I say?
It's an Izzoism. That's okay.
Jody,
Thanks for the 12 Canadian, Jody. We appreciate that.
A fucking day.
Okay.
Did we
So
miss?
here's
Okay. I want to make sure we didn't miss anybody. Sorry.
There's a lot of 1s in the chat. So here's the thing. What we can do is we can set a date that, like, by this date we have to see what we have available, and
and plan from there. I agree. So I would say the
And then
week
plan from there.
before we have to start giving things away. That's when we say, okay, we have this much money. Let's do it.
So and then we can assess whether we have enough to not do it and do like 2 really good giveaways, or we'll have to. I don't know. Like at the end of the day, and if somebody's watching, like I saw somebody say, I want to audit the books. Yeah, send me a message. I'll send you our balance sheet. I don't.
Yeah, absolutely,
So,
man. Our
we
balance
don't
sheet
care.
is so
Everything's
honest
full
and
disclosure.
clean.
So-
Straight up, man. It really is. I'm very, very proud of that balance sheet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you asked me 2 years ago when we started this thing, if we would first ever reach monetization, it's like, ain't no way.
Remember that? Yeah. And then we said, wait, I want to show you something though. Then we said we got to do stickers. When in 24 hours, Brother Joe Brett had sticker logos, templates made up for us, and within minutes, we said, good deal. He changed a couple little things, but other than that, that just shows you the ingenuity when we want to
Because
get
the
it
guy
done.
we hired couldn't get a freaking clue.
All right, well,
Jesus.
You got the main logo.
we get it done. We get it done. That's going to be our new logo. We get it done.
Do it.
We do it. You build it, they're going to come, and we get it done.
Yeah, that's anyways. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So it all depends on our viewers there. So,
But anyway, that's just There's
Do you
lots
realize how
of,
hard it is going to be to ship all that? That's not my problem. That's Shane's problem. Next.
It's called order and ship direct.
Yep.
Direct from the manufacturer.
No, it's called
Drop
meet.
ship.
It's called Meet Shane in the Walmart parking lot on this date between these hours.
Did you hear
Meet us
about
at
that
the
new?
tailgate. Just don't go to the tailgate that's got all the puppies.
Did you hear about that new courier service? It's Shane Balloon Service. So,
Yeah, that's right.
Might
There you
take a
go.
while.
Powered by
I mean,
Southwest.
not that it doesn't already. Although I will have to say the last round of stickers went out quick.
Yeah.
nice.
Well, so Shane, we'll just ship it with FedEx, right?
Yes.
So it'll
Everything
never
ships
get
with
there?
FedEx.
So it never gets there.
All of my FedEx shipments have gotten there.
Not your desktop.
That's true. The one time. But all the ones that I've sent through FedEx have gotten there.
There you go. Keywords.
FedEx has gotten a lot of my money in
Listen,
the last 2
James.
years that we've been doing this.
Hey, James from a quirky QRP is offering to help us. So guys,
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at this. See, this is what I'm saying,
There you
man.
go.
Ham Fam is already stepping up. Ham
That's
Fam, and we're not even at Halloween yet, guys. We're not even at Halloween.
We're just
not
barely
even-
scratching September.
correct. I got a couple of leaves falling here, but we're not even in foliage yet. We're still dealing with the potential for tropical storms and hurricanes. It's still early, man.
Oh yeah.
QVC is not even doing the Christmas stuff right now. They did it back in July.
Can you believe it is 78 degrees in Texas right now?
Compared to what, your
Yep.
108 or 96 or something?
So up until I believe it was Saturday, it's been in triple digits for the last 45, 50 days. And then all of a sudden, I look at the 10-day forecast and it's like this one day, it's like 94. The next day, 80s.
You
Like-
must be
Well,
freezing.
it is.
No, I'm loving
It
it.
is 67 here. It's 67 here, and the humidity is 89%.
Yeah. Humidity here in Connecticut is in the 90s. It's horrible, man. I don't
Oh,
care whether it's 75 or 95. And that
78,
humidity,
90%. Yep.
this humidity is horrible, man. It's giving me bad hair day. I can't stand it.
You know, we were talking about in-fed half waves in that list. Maybe we've got some friends that sell those, so maybe
Yeah.
they might give us a bulk discount.
Well, I said
Right.
seven cartenas. If that's what you're talking
Oh,
about.
okay.
Yeah,
No, I
that's-
said the in-fed half waves.
Well, technically the cartena is an unfed half.
Hey,
but
guys.
some of them.
Not
You
all
know
of them
those-
are.
No,
You know
some of
those
them, I said
guys-
Some of them.
You know those guys you were just referencing? They had an excellent show on Saturday about D-Star.
Was Steve on it?
No.
Oh,
no.
okay.
It was excellent. And then last night's show, they had Uncle Bob on there from Our Finder.
Oh,
That was
Bob.
fun. to
Oh
watch.
my God, he's having some fun.
Is he still in
He's
Mexico?
Oh,
yeah, he's across the border. Yeah, but he's bouncing all over the place. But
Oh, yeah.
he's got this rotator for VHF, UHF, chasing
As long as
satellites.
you buy the $1,000 handheld.
Hey man,
You know about it.
So
It's an R finder, yes.
You've been looking, huh?
Until saw
I
how
almost
much it was,
let me
I
tell you
was like,
something. Last year, Last year I came pretty close. I was like, "What can I?" I said, "What can I sell?"
You should have got an FTD X10.
No. No, 'cause
So-
I get a free ICOM T-shirt.
And you go buy a AC radio.
Now, they're saying Bob was filling the tip jar up. I explicitly remember hearing Bob said he ain't putting crap in the tip swear jar. So-
Something like that. Some of that effect.
Oh,
yeah,
was
towards
he
the-
dropping some words?
Oh, he started having fun.
Yeah,
along
towards the
with
end of the show.
went on. Yeah.
Was
Yeah,
he?
yeah.
It wasn't like one of us, right?
Started getting a
I
little
think-
loose.
I think he was sporting a mullet, but I didn't want.
Yes,
to
he does.
Oh,
embarrass-
yeah, yeah.
No, he
He's
does.
rocking the mullet.
Okay.
It's from Cozumel. The newest version is over $1,200 for a handheld, but
It
it's
is.
not just a handheld.
It's not. It do when you add up what it does, and you take all your other expenses of what you've done, and the ease of operating this radio. For anybody who says, "I don't like to program a radio. I want this. I want that." Well, guess what? Stop complaining, and either. And that was last week's show, so we're not going to go back to last week's show, but you know.
Frank says he had a couple few choice words.
Mm-hmm.
Did we have a topic for
So-
tonight? We're 46 minutes in, but
No.
So we do have. So Shane shared with us this week that we got a viewer email, and I don't know how long we can talk about this. I'm sure we can rant forever about it.
Absolutely.
But it was a
share-
it was a good email.
share it?
That was. Yeah, go ahead and share it. And
While you're
can read it if
talking,
you
I'll
want, or
bring
I
that
can
up.
read it. All right.
Thank you,
I'll
Four Wheeling
read it.
Rednecks, for the $10.
Four-wheeling redneck.
In
Thank
my
you, brother.
My beautiful
$10.
fullest.
$10 towards all the Christmas prizes. There you go.
Hey,
Christmas gifts.
thank you
Yep.
so much.
Yep.
Share screen.
Make sure you get
Shane's
the edited
also
one.
this guy's sorry.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
So
All right.
pretty simply, yeah. Do you want to read it?
Make
You
it-
go ahead.
Yeah, I'll read
Make
it,
it-
and then you guys can discuss. So
Open that in the
the-
browser,
the-
it may be bigger.
Yeah, make it bigger.
Just
I can
say
see it just fine.
Yeah, that's because it's on your screen.
Make it bigger, baby.
Not
And
all
big
of
enough.
us are watching in full screen, Shane.
Maybe you should step up.
Not all
Not
of us
all
are
of
on
us
the
have 4K.
not all of us are not the 65-inch screen TV in the living room.
I'm not either. I'm on my regular monitor. Now
Yeah, there's a
I
couple-
gotta
three
stop
of 'em.
sharing. Then I gotta reshare it.
Control
gotta make sure
Plus.
to put
I
me-
learned that. I learned that on Coffee and Ham Radios. Control Plus. Control Plus. No, seriously, I learned that. I was so happy when I learned
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I'm gonna make it bigger on my end.
All right, so this email came in from a new viewer, I presume. And if you're in the chat, we removed your information because we don't want to disclose whom you are. It says I've been licensed as a ham, and I've seen some things that frankly should not happen. Elder hams lambasting other
I've seen
on
some things.
on forums for their mode choice.
He's been to
The
QRZ.
the unruly amounts of unwritten rules that are added on top of FCC regs that this culture seems to push onto people. The unwelcomeness of FT8 and other digital modes. It's either CW or phone or die. I added that. Net frequency hogging. No one is supposed to own a frequency, yet it happens. Constant policing on what can and can't be said on the air, and trustees dictating what is permissible on the repeater, even so far as to override the FCC ban plans. Now, we don't have any
Preacher.
context to this. We don't have any context to this. So let me swap
Amen,
to
brother.
the next one. Can I get an amen?
Now, I will say the trustee does kind of control the repeater.
Okay, well, we'll get to
And they-
that. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of the discussion.
Hold that. Yeah. Hold that.
So the rest of the email, and I'm not gonna bring it up. Says, well, he's missing a U in here. My brain wants to put it in there. Could you guys give a discussion on the radio culture and how it could be improved? And I think there's been multiple streams from other content creators that addressed something along these lines.
Uh-huh.
And anyone who's done POTA for any amount of time, if you're on the wrong frequency,
They will.
here
Go
comes.
ahead.
I have a video, and I recorded somebody just consistently playing Windows sounds, and it sounded like Windows 98, so you know it's a ham. That's that's constantly playing this alert over my over my activation. But and Mike, KMRD
Is
kind
it
of had the
really
same thing.
similar to that super chat sound from that Saturday morning show?
Yes.
Oh my gosh! See
Is it?
Shane, Ape. Shane doesn't watch as often as he should. So never mind. Carry on. You ain't got
The one that
Doesn't
starts out
watch.
with a dump, and then
Yeah.
come on, son, shit.
You had to Google that first.
No, I had to think. Remember, I said I had a long day. Jeez.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Hold on, I just saw something in the chat.
Hold on. Quirky KRP went into the closet. Hang on here. He had to pull some stuff out. He went to the warehouse.
4 Ham Shack reference mounts, 1 Zenith wall clock, 1 CQ zone map desk mat, 1 ITU zone map desk map, 3 finger Morse straight keys, 2 tenna trolleys, and a slink tenna.
He's
Damn.
the man.
Wow.
Hold on. I got to mute myself because I don't want to get demonetized, but
Yep.
What did he just say?
Uh-huh. No, you know what he said.
Well, put it in the private chat for crying out
That's
loud.
amazing, James. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
we're
thank you,
definitely
man.
gonna
Thank
be,
you, brother.
so
Thank you for
email
having
me,
me in
James,
contact.
so that I can save that, and don't feel like you have to donate all that stuff. We thank you so
Really,
much.
man, really. I mean,
But
listen,
that's
even if
freaking
it's just
awesome.
one, even seriously, even if it's just one item, please. But thank you.
Send me this link, Tina, to test. I don't have a tuner, don't worry. Evan, hold on. Evan with the 1999 super chat. Thank you so much. Shane is in charge of the in-stream button. Love you, Milson, buddy.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Burchak
you.
from Texas.
I was just say Molson. Pronounce his last name.
So, wow, that's amazing. Thank you guys so much. All the guys who donate and James for your generosity. You know, one the thing I thought about right away, Shane, when you read that was, just in my experiences, probably one of two places where this and Shane's gone. One of two places where you encounter this, I would imagine encountered it, is either number one at his local club, which is unfortunate and sad, or number two is really QRZ or maybe Facebook, but you know, like
not a maybe.
I don't know. See, the worst part is I'm on a bunch of POTA Facebook groups, and I unless I'm looking for something, I'm not paying attention. You guys, by the way, talking about Facebook, every second post is now an advertisement. It's so annoying.
It came back because
that?
of the because of the update from last night. Yes.
Oh, it's brutal.
Or whatever last update that got pushed to the end users. Yes, it's back. Ads are back.
Ham till it hurts says eham. Do people still use eham?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's like a reference.
Someone's coming in.
Yes, talking about ads on Facebook. Steve, you remember the push-up lights at camp that they had at Huntsville?
Yeah.
I'm constantly getting ads for those now. We haven't talked about those since Huntsville.
But you searched it.
I bought
have
one.
not.
I bought one.
I sure looked at it.
Joe, I bought one. Those are awesome.
They are nice.
I am Joe.
Yeah,
that light.
right.
Let me tell you something. That light is not only for the outside environment, ambiance. You keep that in the back of the vehicle. You have a motor vehicle breakdown, and you got to take that light. You got to go under the hood. You got to go under the undercarriage, under the chassis. Look at something. Change a spare tire. You need to do something at night. You got to go walk the dog. I don't care. That light
So
is
you're
so
saying anywhere
multifunctional.
that you need light, that could be a very useful thing. Huh?
That's why I bought it. And the longevity. That thing takes for. And what I like about it, because you can adjust obviously the light intensity. But it goes for hours. I mean, I've gone days, my friend. I've sit out here in the garage sometimes. Just use it as like a mood light, so I'm not in total darkness. Just looking at the 7610. I want just to kind of like throw a little light up at the ceiling, but without blinding me, it's perfect.
What light are we talking about?
The push up the.
So at Montesano, I think Bill had two of them, and 2.0 had one
Hang on.
himself.
Oh, I know what
And
he's talking about.
we got the 4 LEDs, and you can,
those are cool.
Yeah.
It's got the little solar panel on top.
Yeah,
Yeah, Izzo's show and tell now.
I'm gonna need one.
It's the Izzo show. If you would have went to the More Expo, they were having a really good deal on them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's not the one that.
No, this is different. No, I got this one because of Jason 2.0.
He had that one.
Yeah. And it comes with the tripod if you want. Because it just has the basic, what's it? What is that? I forget. Whatever that common screw is on the. What I'm gonna screw up. I'm not gonna talk about. But really, I love this thing. And look at this. It fits in your POTA bag. It could. No, you don't have to shake it to make it work, dude. That's a light stick. And yes, and I do have light sticks too. So let's not talk about hurricane preparedness yet. Too early.
Right next to the shake weight, right?
So we were talking about this email, right?
Yeah.
So we get so distracted. We're a bunch of ADHD kids.
It's true.
I got a lot of other stuff here in the garage.
Shane,
So
are we coming back to that?
I'll come to it. So there's just two, before we get into it, I think it's important to just acknowledge, I'm sure this individual acknowledges too, that like on the constantly policing what can and can't be said, I'm not a person for policing, but I think it's important to remember that we sort of have a gentleman's agreement or agreement in general about certain topics we don't talk about. People go against that. That's fine. And I'm not talking about trust me, I don't like people policing, but I think it's a good reminder that we still do have some level of code of understanding, politics, religion. It's just better not to discuss it in general. And if people are talking about that, well, the idea behind it is to not have a confrontation. And if you do, then you're sort of putting yourself out there to be having a conflict with somebody. You know what I mean? And then I'll let Steve talk about. Obviously, I can rant about a lot of these things. Like the unwelcomeness of FTA and under digital modes. People just need to. People have favorite positions, and just because somebody else does it in their bedroom doesn't affect you. So let it be. It's kind of the same thing.
You heard it here first.
No, but it's true, right? Like if
it's not quite the analogy that I was thinking, but sure.
Right, because I don't want to know. I don't want to know what Molson does I don't want to know what Molson does in his bedroom. Do you?
No.
All right then.
No, but it's like I think it's almost like a broken record to some degree. Yeah, this stuff happens all the time, and it's so annoying. I think the majority of good operators know that this is just nonsense, that people do this. Elderly hams lambasting other people. Well, they're elderly and they'll be gone soon. So I just don't know I just don't know. Like, honestly, like
we're gonna get in trouble for that. LWC is going to tweet about it, but you calling out people for dying.
No, but I sympathize with this email. I do. It's annoying. I can't talk. We can't talk about it every day because we could, right? And right. So, but I think we can address some of the stuff. I don't think anybody who watches our show is going to be shocked by anything like rebuttals of people's actions, like our opinion. Probably most of us agree that there's a bunch of a-holes on amateur radio who they're entitled and they're self-centered, and they think that just because they've been doing something or they like something, that it should be the rule of the land. It's like most things, and I think
but that's everywhere. That's everywhere, though, isn't it?
But it just shows about that probably, people who are like that, who are just so focused on what they like and how they're the people who typically don't have a lot of friends. Unfortunately, it's the truth, because they're not pleasant people to be with. Right?
You're absolutely right.
If there are people who always have to correct people, I don't know about you, I don't want to be around those people. Right. No. And if somebody is always nitpicking about how, you shouldn't be operating this way, or, there's a difference between an elmer who has a position in someone's life to do that. Right. Like, so that's the thing is it's kind of like a lot of things. You develop friendships, and people have a position of respect in your life where you can call people out or hold them accountable to it. For the rest of people, it kind of falls on deaf ears. And so, unfortunately, these people who think that everybody should just obey everything that they say and that their preference is the rule of the land, these people, unfortunately, are more than likely in real life unpleasant people to be around. And, they get what they deserve.
Right.
I don't know.
I agree with you. But and I also think most people need to learn to spin the dial. So whenever you run across somebody like that, just spin the dial. Don't waste your energy on it.
I'm going to tell you a story.
Use your energy for something more productive, like getting another contact on another band.
Right. I'm going to tell you a story.
Has a thing called knobs. Use it.
A couple of last week I was hunting some POTA late. It was definitely on late shift. And kudos, I forget the call sign of who did this, but the activator's working, and this gentleman just decided to get into this guy's shit about, well, are you portable, mobile, fixed, and how come you're not adding that identifier to your call sign? Because how am I supposed to know when I log you at home? First off, I understand some people log like me on a piece of paper, and other people want to put it in software. That's your choice. That's your personal choice, okay? But once again, to get into this rant to this poor guy activating a park at nighttime, fighting mosquitoes, fighting the darkness, but the activator was so classy. He just said, "Sir, I don't have to do it anymore. I would appreciate if you would just look at the new FCC rules. If you have any questions, contact me through QRZ."
I was about to say, I'm good on QRZ. QRZ.
Boom. And then I ended up working him 2 or 3 times, and I said, "Man, you're good." There's also a thick skin in here. I've said this 1,000 times, and I'll say it again. The guys who play chess, the guys who collect coins, do they have similar arguments like us? Somehow, yes. I bet you they do.
It's everywhere. The
you know,
assholes are everywhere.
Yeah,
in every hobby.
my Ben Franklin is more shinier than yours. Who cares?
Yeah.
But I also think too, as humans, we're dealing with all humans. We see it at work. Yes, we like to enjoy our hobbies and we want to have the downtime of the a-holes. But I think you have to kind of have a little bit of a thick skin as well as to just weed out those people too. And if you wanna respond, take the high road. You don't have to put on the boxing gloves and go at it because nothing is worse. And I hate hearing that on the radio. Well, but guess what though? You're still a gentleman, and you wouldn't do it. You would do it in the parking lot of Walmart and pull out the tire iron. There's a difference. You wouldn't do that while you're on,
See you, Mike.
Sir, I'm at kilo 1, 2, 3, 4. If you'll meet me at the closest Walmart, we can discuss this.
Yeah, Mike 7-3, brother. Again, just we've all heard it. I cringe when, especially for the newer person in the hobby who's anywhere from a couple days licensed to maybe under 5 years. And I've seen it at a few club meetings. I saw it in my club meeting back in the days when we were arguing over to PL or not to PL, the repeater. Yep. And guys went out in the parking lot and they were over the hood of an SUV getting ready to fight.
They're dedicated. Dedicated hams.
So
PL the damn repeater.
Misha, come on. So where is it? Misha said Molson wants made it's medically assistance in dying. Use on geezer ham. So no. That's a Canadian. They do that here. Yeah. So, honestly, he says, could you guys give a discussion on the radio culture and how it could be improved? For me, I'm not overly optimistic that we can change people. Like you can't
try to change people.
You can't legislate,
ignore them.
And you can't force people's. Honestly. This is like, it might sound like whatever, like Jordan Peter. You can't legislate a change of heart, right? There are people who are just bitter, grumpy people who are miserable to be around and to talk with. And so I think the best thing, like for myself, and it's a hard one, and most of us as we get older, you have to just learn to ignore and to not be around the people who are negative influences on you. And that's why a lot of people get rid of Facebook, right?
Oh,
that's why
absolutely.
there's a lot of people because
that's why I spend all my time on Discord.
You're subscribing to abuse, like 90% of the time, right? You're subscribing to the toxic community.
Why put yourself in that environment? But you think that you're missing out. You're not missing out. You're not missing out of the local news. You're really not. You're really not. I agree, Molson.
So for myself, like, what can we do to change the culture? Number one is to continue to find people like the guys, like all our viewers, just people who are positive and who are good to be around. Because very soon, the reality is very soon we will be the older generation, that we have the potential to be those naysayers and those negative people, or we can be the positive influence. So our day is coming.
A lot of gray hair here.
There's a day coming where the page will churn, right? And that's just a reality. And we're always
I disagree.
There's all. I mean, the change, like the old guard's going to be gone, but there's still going to always be naysayers, and that's where we have to always check ourselves, right? And audit ourselves and how we respond to things. But I think the best thing is just to get into a community and to just weed out the toxic, influence, and that's why people get rid of Facebook, they get rid of Twitter. And it goes for more than ham radio, but we can't change people. They are who they are, and the ARL is not going to do anything. When you have 14,300 being the way they are, we
One
joke
lives
about,
in Minnesota.
Yeah, or 7,200. It's like we joked about, what is it, 7188. The grumpy old men's net there at 10 o'clock every night. I had my run-in with them, and they were quite frankly a-holes. I don't know what I don't know what we could do.
Hopefully we'll keep people interested long enough for that generation to either lose interest in playing radio, or their equipment goes dead, or Nature takes its course.
The only thing that you personally can do is be the change that you want.
Yeah, be the example.
Try to be contagious.
Joe Brett is the Dalai Lama, right? That's from the Dalai Lama.
Somebody
like
clip that. We need to save that. It's
Dalai
Joe
Lama
Brettism.
Brett.
But
Dalai Lama Brett.
You either be the change and try to hopefully be contagious for those around you, or you just keep moving around to other folks until you find some people that latch on to how you think. So
we have a whole Discord full of them.
I mean, that's why we got a couple of activity groups around here now that, it's not a club. There's no dues, no fees, no meetings. We just put out a post and say, hey, we're going to go do some POTA, or we're going to get together and do field day. Just have fun.
Yeah. That's the way it should be.
There, we solve the world's problems.
I went to like when I moved back to North Texas, I went to a couple of different ham radio club meetings, and it just was not a culture fit for me at all. And that's big. If I don't like hanging around with people, or if you just annoy the shit out of me, I'm not gonna actively participate in that. I'm not gonna be a good example. So then when you find a community like, and I'm not just saying the people on YouTube, but the people that found us on YouTube and made their way over to Discord. Discord is probably one of the best ham radio clubs that you could find anywhere. And ours, I'm bragging on ours, K5YVY and friends. You can get, and there's several other good ones. We link to Toads in every one of our videos because they have some fantastic folks over there as well. Most everybody is on most of these. But not only do you have Elmers, you have nice people, you have diversifying hobbies. People who are into other things other than ham radio. Just happens that ham radio made us like each other or tolerate. And but I will say one more thing, and I'll let you guys go. One more thing though, and Izzo will back me up on this. There are a few named frequencies that are used all the time for emergency communications and emergency traffic, and we should be mindful of those. I'm not saying that they own them, but when you've done something for 60, 70 years, let's keep that in mind whenever we're deciding where we're going to tune up. And just think of if I was in a ship somewhere out and there's a hurricane bearing down on me, I kind of would like to really relay some information. So I'd just say be mindful. Ape did a video of the Considerate Ham's guide or something like that, and it kind of breaks down of where common activity is found. It's not a this stuff belongs here. It's just an awareness of what's going on, and I think that's a big thing. People just need to be familiar with where things take place and what they're used for.
My to add on to what Shane said, like there might be people watching or organizations watching who are like, this is going to ruin the hobby, where this digital version of ham radio clubs, you can think that, but meanwhile, while you're trying to figure out where all your members are, there's a reason why a lot of them are not there. Not all of them, but some of them are not there. And I would actually, it kind of came to my mind, but if you ever get an email from a club that you didn't renew with, and I'm sure we've all done it, hey, why aren't you coming back? Or we'd love to have you back. I would just honestly respond with a really polite email, just saying like, my experience has not been positive there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because they need to know it too, right? Because when you're in a more a smaller community, like a local club where people are members, there is a level of accountability or a discussion that can happen about just overall how they invite and treat people coming to the hobby, right? Mm-hmm. In general, just broadly, you can't really do that. Like you can put ARL could put a newsletter saying, hey, let's be nice, but in a smaller knit community where it's smaller people know each other, it's a little bit easier to talk about those things and just sort of put a little bit of expectation on people. So I would never shy away from responding and try and always be polite. But for those who are like, Discord and YouTube and hey, look, there's 89 people watching. We have over 2,000 subscribers. What does your club have every week? And so, like, there is a
our weekly membership.
We have
up to 100 people that show up to every meeting.
We're not even a big channel. We're not even trying to be a big channel. We're just having fun, and we occasionally talk about ham radio, but we're real people having fun. and we care for each other. We care for the community. So if you want to be a naysayer about how we're doing it or how other channels are doing it, hey, great. But like maybe it's the jealousy that's kind of talking, and not necessarily the the negative aspects of it, because I've seen nothing but positive. And so maybe there's some evaluation, self-reflection that some of the naysayers have to say about their setup in their community. I'm not being negative towards you guys. I want to see every club succeed, but there's some harsh realities that have to be kind of evaluated on that level if you're going to be nasty and negative towards this digital form of clubs, right? So that's just my little rebuttal to any coming negative comments. So
good job. What's next on the email?
I know, right? That's it. That's all we had.
I want to hear about repeaters. Steve had something to say about repeaters.
Yeah, we're going to talk about repeaters.
Absolutely. Sorry.
I got something to say too.
Yeah. Well, and Joe, I know you're a repeater owner, so you'll probably back me on this. There are different repeater groups out there that are either closed groups, so you have to be a member to use their repeater, or the repeater's open. But respect the repeater. If there's a net that's held on that repeater every Tuesday at 8:00, give way to the net. It's just that easy.
It's called courtesy.
Yeah.
It's called courtesy. Yeah. Courtesy.
Yeah, and that's he mentioned in the email about band plans are set on repeaters. And I'm totally misunderstanding that, but I don't know. I mean, band plan for a 2-meter repeater, I guess, is voice, right? Is FM repeaters. I mean, you got ATV repeaters and some specialty repeaters out there, but what I think of and what I've talked to, there's a local guy that I'm good friends with that has some of the largest wide area covering repeaters in this area. He has routinely shut some of his down before, because of the users that were on it. We don't have any closed repeaters except for one at a lake, but they're all open. But with that is use some common sense when you're using them as well, because this equipment cost us a lot of money, and it's always an individual. He's an individual that puts it up, not a club. My repeater is individually funded, not a club. I'm not a part of any clubs. So this equipment gets used. What?
Right? Glad I wasn't the only one that noticed that.
I'm not part of a club at all. Now, I'm a part of ham radio fun activity groups, but I don't pay dues to any club. Okay.
Sorry, is he on the members roll here? I'm just asking.
Yeah, I think he was like one of, like he was like a founding six of this club.
Well,
this is
okay,
officially
the
registered.
Plus he said the F word.
Well,
Plus he said the F
members.
That's what happens when you say the F word. You said the fun word. See.
So to cut it short, I guess he shuts down some of his, like he's got some digital repeaters, and people leave them linked up without unlinking them, for hours, and that taxes on the equipment. Heats up the equipment, wears out the equipment. I actually have been hoping somebody would burn up my repeater because I really want to use the antenna at the house. I want to bring the antenna back.
So should I log into Echo Link and dead key it?
But no, it's not connected to the repeater right now because I'm using APRS Digipeater for that.
Ooh, I can call CQ on it.
Do you guys get your repeater frequencies assigned to you?
Not assigned, but like when I put up my repeater, I went through hell trying to find a frequency split that I could coordinate with the local coordination.
I was gonna say coordinating the repeater is the big thing.
Yeah,
Right.
so
and there's war. Hold on, Joe. You talk about problems sometimes in the big world of amateur radio. Go to a regional coordinating meeting, and then
I'd throw rocks at somebody.
You could. May I tell you something? Talking about fist fights, and I'm serious. Back in the day, you should have seen the guy, especially when the two groups, the joining group, sometimes don't agree on something. And finally, the FCC has said, listen, we're telling you guys to police yourselves. But one guy's saying, well, I'm not causing interference, so I should be able to do what I want. Again, guys have to stop being this controlling God within the hobby, and make sure that we all work to everybody without the ego and that's hard sometimes, finding those groups that don't want to do that. It's very sad.
Yeah. So James Quirky says, can you legally have a closed repeater or force people to get off frequency, since all hams have the right to transmit within their license privilege if you don't create harmful interference? Well, I think yes. I think it's more appropriate if you have a closed repeater to key up and make a short conversation with that user saying, hey, we kind of reserve this one for the club or whatever it is. We don't deal with that around here, so I don't have a great answer for that.
We had a problem.
The short answer is my equipment, if I feel like it's being, pushed to the breaking point, I'm probably going to disable it for a little while to get everybody's attention. Is it the most courteous thing to do? I don't know. Probably not.
Well, regardless, though, if the SCC says that you can have a closed repeater, why do you want to try to jailbreak into a closed repeater then?
Well,
Either be part of that group, and if the group says no, move on and do something different then. I don't understand, because that crosses a gray line of being it goes into vengeance, and this is where the fun of the hobby comes out of it. If there is a group and you're not welcome for whatever the reason, then don't be part of that group. Why would you want to be part of that group then? There's so much in this hobby to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't understand why some people feel the need that they need to jailbreak the system on it.
My biggest problem with people is with the closed repeaters. For one, I don't agree with it, but I understand it, I guess, to a point. But when people get upset and come on there and yell at you, hey, this is closed, you're not a member of the club or whatever, get off our repeater. That's wrong, because that radio is on frequencies for us to use, and
I agree. It's how you
somebody traveling through has no expectation to look at any kind of repeater guide first to see if that's an open or closed repeater when they hear it on their radio and do a tone scan and want to say hello.
I sort of feel that. Sorry, go ahead.
One of the closed repeater systems that I know about has already been mentioned in the chat. They are a closed repeater, but if you're traveling through the area, they're more than welcome you onto that repeater system. And that repeater is also linked, or that system is also linked up through EchoLink. And I've gotten on a couple of their nets before, and they're cool with it.
That's how it should be. And if you wanna extend your stay and become a regular, then pitch into the cause for maintenance costs or whatever.
Absolutely.
Throw in a little bit for maintenance costs.
Absolutely.
It's not hidden. Where to send the maintenance fees. So
I can agree with that.
So do we want to read about a couple of fun instances where I found 2 notices of violation?
Sure.
I don't know, do we?
Because the FCC is cracking down.
I have a question.
Both.
Oh, okay.
I have a question. I just have a quick question first about closed and open.
Yeah, go ahead.
So when you guys are referring, maybe my lingo's not. When you're talking about closed, are you just talking about having a tone? Is that all you're talking about? Or you mean like they don't want people on there?
It's for their group only. They have decided, because they have the right. Remember, too, they have the right to close that repeater. They also have that right also.
Yeah,
it's
but
I guess for its membership only.
Yeah, I guess to some degree that I don't find that's really in the spirit of ham radio. I understand it's everybody's right potentially, but if that's the case, it's kind of like Motorola and getting your own license for a channel.
What's the difference? But hang on. I'm gonna just a counterpoint. I do agree with you. I personally think that everything should be open anyway. But let's just listen. This is America. They have the right to close the repeater. No different than the bowling team. Molson, What if you want to get on the bowling team and they won't let you on the bowling team? Then go to another bowling team.
I throw bowling balls at them.
Shane would throw bowling balls at them from lane 7 into lane 6. That's different.
Damn right. Right as their ball goes by.
But
I mean, you're talking about a frequency that you can transmit. It's not like my radio's locked out from that frequency. I guess to some degree, I understand your analogy behind it, but like when you're actually part of a team, it's a different thing that you're invited to. But a frequency that anybody has the technical capability of clicking into, as well as when you get into ham radio, it's understood that like you can't have encryptions on ham radio. Frequencies on our own, and the reality is, I understand the argument that somebody personally invests money in there, then time it out or lock it down like you said. But if that is up there, able to receive and transmit, like it's kind of like it's like kind of like having a park that you chew people's heads off after they come in, and there's no sign saying don't enter. I mean, to me, it just goes against the spirit of the hobby. If you want to do that, then find another way that's encrypted, in my opinion. I know people might disagree with me, but it's kind of, and the worst part is
buy a couple of Radiodity radios. You ain't got to worry about
it. If people chew your head off after, like, do you have it on a repeater book saying it's not closed? Because if you don't, then you have no right to accost people for coming on there, right? Like if they show up and it's not mentioned anywhere, it's closed, and they key it up and they're like, "Hey guys," and then you berate them for coming on your frequency, that's on you. That's not on them. That's on you. Like, I don't know. That's just my yeah. Anyways, what are those?
Okay, Shane.
Okay, so we ready?
Yeah.
Jump at the bits on this. So every now and then I will go and query the FCC database because, now, disclaimer, all of the information that I'm about to share is public information.
And it's allegedly.
And Shane does this to see if his name ever pops up.
Exactly. So, or any of my friends.
You got to call Johnny Cochran.
If anyone would like to know where to find this, just put a comment in the video after the live show's done. Put a comment, and I'll drop the link to the website where you can get this. So, let's start out with the first case. You can all put on your little pipe if you want to. In the matter of Jonathan Gutierrez, licensee of a station Whiskey Romeo Tango Delta 259 in Pennsylvania.
Is that GMRS?
Yep.
It is. That is GMRS. It says on August the 3rd between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. and on August the 7th between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. in response to a complaint of intentional interference to the 462.625 megahertz repeater in Mount Holly, Pennsylvania, agents of the Enforcement Bureau, Columbia's office, monitored transmissions by this particular individual and observed the following. GMRA station must not communicate music, whistling, and sound effects of material to amuse or entertain. Jonathan used his station to transmit music on 467.625, blocking the use of the frequency for other communication and licensees. GMR stations must not communicate continuous or uninterrupted transmissions except for the communications involving immediate safety of life and property. Mr. Gutierrez used his station to transmit continuous tones on 467.625, blocking the use of that frequency for other communications and licensees. So it comes to the first thing that pops to mind here is Mr. Gutierrez is an asshole. And he just decided he woke up.
Offset?
What's that?
Are they running a 5 meg offset on GMRS?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Listen, this guy, they knew this is not the first time. They were there.
And he didn't ID. He failed to transmit his assigned call sign.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, sent him to jail.
Uncle Charlie's listening to you.
Evidently, Uncle Sam was there. Because
Uncle Charlie.
Uncle Charlie was there because this is not the first time he's done it. I'm sure that,
of course,
he's probably been like a serial, happy on the trigger. So.
Happy on the trigger.
Yeah, I'm pushing that.
Just
PPP.
goes to show you. I'm glad that people are that the FCC is actually doing stuff. Now, what's going to become of that? We have no idea. So let's see here. Let me unshare that. I hate it that we pay for StreamYard. We should be able to share more than one tab.
Why don't you do it by the window?
Yeah, just share the window and just have the tabs
But it's
open.
not.
In the window.
It's not as effective. It doesn't look as pretty.
Well, we don't have
Come
money
on.
because
You
we're buying gifts for Christmas.
You guys were giving me shit earlier. So, all right. So the second one is in the matter of Mr. David Dean, Kilo Zero, and Papa Whiskey Oscar in Centennial, Colorado. Notice a violation.
I thought it said a different Kilo Oscar station, but that's just my dislike.
Thank you. Right. On August the 1st, the commission received a complaint from the state of Colorado alleging that someone had illegally cloned a radio ID that was transmitting on the state's digital trunked radio system, DTRS, without authorization. WTF? Do you not have other things that you could be doing other than cloning?
He was experimenting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On August the 3rd, agents from the commission in Denver's office determined through direction-finding techniques a signal was being transmitted from Dean's residence. During the investigation, Dean provided a handheld radio, a Motorola, these Motorola guys, XTS 2500, that when pinged by a representative of the state, Colorado responded to the ping indicating that the radio in Dean's possession was the cloned radio.
Wow.
The agents observed the following violation. General rule: stations in the wireless radio service must be used and operated only in accordance with the rules applicable to their particular service as set forth in the title. That's a long one. And with a valid authorization granted by the commission. Dean was observed with a radio that operated in the public safety bands, even through his amateur radio license, did not authorize him to operate on those frequencies. Additionally, Dean was not able to provide any authorization to operate on the Colorado DTRS from Jefferson County, Colorado, and the state of Colorado, nor any entity associated with Colorado. Why would you do that?
Dude, there's psychological issues here.
Why? To see if you could?
Send him over to Dr.
Yeah.
Phil.
Come on.
Really, this crosses over to Dr. to
I
the
have
Dr.
a story,
Phil
but I'm
show.
afraid I might get a notice if I share it.
You should share it.
Yeah.
What
it's not
year
a
was
notice
it? I'll
to
go
you.
look the database and see if yours is populated in there. But anyway, I just thought those are two relevant current examples of them actually chasing down these ding dongs.
I know Don had he said here, I'll show it to you. This is referring to the last case, not the one that you just read, but the one before. How did he know it was him and not one of his kids, wife, sister, or brother?
Well, in that notice of violation, he's supposed to respond.
He's the license holder.
Well, the thing is, if he didn't identify, the question is, how do they know it's him? So I imagine they would have done that little, like
They got voice
like
printing
fox
has
hunting,
been done.
fox hunting
Let me tell you
abilities kind of a
something.
thing.
And that's
And
and
at the
Molson,
end of the day-
that's just the beginning. And Molson, just so you know, that's, and I can't get into it here, but that's just the beginning of it.
Well, if they can pin it to his station, I would imagine that it's very similar to amateur radio, where if I'm the station owner, controller, I'm responsible. If one of my kids come down here and operate, that's on me.
Yep.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
So
Absolutely.
I would imagine it's similar in GMRS. I don't know. We don't have GMRS licenses in Canada, so I don't know what the test is. What it says.
There is no test.
You don't have a GMRS authorization for the 462s, Molson? I didn't know that.
No, but we have like a 2-watt limit on GMRS, and you know what? I was at we had, I forget who we had. I was at the local club,
That's a rant.
and somebody
That's a rant.
from Rack Canada. He was there doing a presentation about. I talked to you guys about call signs and all that, and I just said, "Hey, do you think that we're going to try and get some more capabilities with GMRS? Because, in the States, GMRS is kind of like a gateway, and there's been a big increase in licenses. They have more capabilities with the radio. Like I said, Jody just put it in. No GMRS licensing in Canada, but 2-watt limit and no repeater usage. And so, if Canada was to expand a little bit on that, it'd sort of be, in my opinion, kind of like repeaters, and would sort of be like a gateway.
They're like FRS.
And the guy just rolled his eyes and laughed. He's like, oh, we don't bother with GMRS. I'm like,
Wow.
All right.
Because GMRS is below them.
Well, that's the little eye roll and whatever was kind of a hint to me that
Because the
it was
GMRS repeater in
Super
Dallas
nice
is more
guy,
active than
but-
all of the ham repeaters.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Try and convince them of that here in Canada. It would be nice if we had more capabilities than 2 watts. You know.
That's true.
Oh,
But
Well, the CBers have been saying that for years, and I totally agree with that. I don't know why CB is limited to what? Is it 5 watts?
4.
Now
I
4,
have
and now
never ran a CB radio.
nobody follows that. Not even here in
I
Canada.
think my weakest CB was 500 watts, but
Jesus.
I take the 5th. I'm taking the 5th.
I know nothing.
I
know
drove
nothing.
I drove cross country in 18
Call me
wheelers for years.
Shane wants a notice.
Call me Schultz. Call me Schultz. I know nothing.
Bring it. There's no proof.
Statue of
Except
limitations.
right here. Self-admittance.
DC
Send me
Fits
the notice. DC
8
Fizz,
months.
thanks for the 8 months, man.
and the $20 super chat.
And I'm getting to it, Steve.
Beat you.
Thanks for the $20. Happy Tuesday to you too, brother. Thanks for being here.
You realize
Jody,
what
you're
just
correct.
happened?
Jody,
Steve
you're right.
actually got right to the point on something.
Oh shit.
He jumped on that fast, didn't he? Look
You know?
at that smile. Look at his smile.
Always.
No, Steve, I don't.
Oh god, tanks in the dumpster fire.
Is it?
Well,
These
we
other
mentioned our
videos,
Discord
bro.
earlier, and if any of you guys are interested in joining our Discord, drop down below in the description of the video is a link to us and Toads. I highly suggest that you ping us.
It's a good
It's a
channel.
lot of fun in there.
Not just Toad, Shane. If you'll click on more or even more ham discords, whatever I called it,
We got Ham Radio Crusader in there. We got
there's a link to all of the friendly ones that we know
yeah,
of.
Red Summit RF's in there. All kinds of good stuff in there. All right, hour and a half, kids. What you got?
So I remember one of our friends got a letter from one of those ARL neighborhood watch. You know, what is it called?
Oh,
Oh,
the
it's like-
OOs. Official Observer. OO.
Yeah. Oh, one of our.
Is that
one of
really
our
the
friends.
name?
Oh. Yeah, I swear to God. That's when you say, uh-oh.
Anyways, he
Oh,
got a
knowledge.
letter. He got a letter from an OO, and I think it was somebody complained about him operating outside of his frequency privileges. And they specified a time and a frequency. And in the letter, I remember reading the letter, and he was laughing because he was on a live stream at the time that they specified, and the frequency that they were operating on was not the frequency that they said there was there. So he responded with a clip of the video, the timestamp of the video, and they dismissed the letter. They just said, "Okay, we're sorry." You know, you guys know. You remember that story? Hey, Steve.
No.
Well,
Same guy that you mentioned in the back channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got an OO
Anyways.
card early in my ham career.
Yeah.
I said I talked on the repeater for 18 minutes before IDing, and I called
Oh
crap
my goodness.
because, you ID with the IDer, right? Every 10 minutes. But I wish I would have kept that
Just saying.
because,
Joe to talk for 18 minutes straight, I don't see it happening.
right. I mean,
Really?
see?
Real, that's going to be the first thing you know was wrong.
Right. So
You guys have to.
whatever, but-
You guys have to identify every 10 minutes. Is that it?
Every
Every
10.
10 minutes, every 10, or at the end of your transmission.
the
Of
smoking
your
ape.
last
That
transmission.
back channel is kind of like a closed repeater. That's a good one.
I don't know what back
Hey.
channel he's talking about.
Hey, listen.
I really don't. I ain't got no message.
Here's the thing, though. If you had the key to get in,
It's not
All you
really
got to do
closed.
is ask. It's not. The key is
Digital
under the
Ranger,
map.
thanks for the $20 super
Key-
chat, buddy. The Clubhouse Discord is awesome. Thank you, and we like to keep it that way.
All right, so let me tell you what happened with me. I got 2 letters one time. One was official from the SEC, and one was from the OO. The OO one I'm not going to get into because that happened 25 years plus, but they didn't want me talking on 652 Simplex. I happened to be at a store that's no longer in business anymore. I pulled into the parking lot. I accidentally keyed up with my thigh on the microphone. I threw out my call sign to keep it legal. No, really, I did. And some older gentleman came back to me. He was stationed at a nursing home. He told me, he said, I sit with my portable radio. He says, you're a little noisy, but we chatted for around about 15, 20 minutes. Somebody didn't like that I should have hailed him when then we should have went to the guy was in his 90s at the rest home. Let's cut him a break, and maybe I made his day because he made my day. But some OO felt the need the muscle. So guess where that piece of paper went? To the bottom of the bird cage. It was not even a thought afterwards.
File 13.
Right.
Yeah.
Now the other one.
Put it on the wall.
No.
Ham Radio Tube.
No.
Mike, thanks for the $10 super chat. This is for the 666th day of Christmas. I'm sorry.
Maybe
Xmas.
Now
Thanks,
maybe today I bring it to the range, and fire off some and just lubricate that SIGSAR. But the one that I did get was a serious one, and I did take serious steps. Got it from the FCC. We had an airport in the area, a local regional airport, and there was a report that there was harmonious. No, not harmonious. That's the wrong word.
Spurious
emissions coming from my radio.
You have one of them dirty Chinese radios, Izzo?
No, it was an Alinco DJ 510 or 570. I forgot what it was. This was like 1992, 1993. Immediately pulled the radio out of the IROC. Maybe it was because it was in the IROC. I don't know. All serious. Showed my grandfather, brought it up there. He says, okay, we're going to run a whole bunch of tests on it. We're going to document everything, and then you're going to send this back to the FCC. And we kept it legit. Old man Frank knew exactly what to do without getting nervous. We ran a whole bunch of tests on it to prove that it was, and we did it multiple times. We didn't know maybe if the radio was heating up. So he just had me talking on it through a dummy load a lot and this and that. Then he run some more tests. There was nothing with the radio, but we showed the FCC, and they were happy. Granted, I got lucky. My grandfather was, the old man.
Was the smoking ape?
Yeah, so because I was getting ready. Well, yes, and then some, and obviously
I wasn't kidding.
No, I'm being serious.
Ape has some fantastic test videos.
Ape would be the guy who I would say, hey, Ape, let's throw this on the bench and let's run it through.
I'm going to FedEx this radio to you, son. Will you take a look at it?
No, I'm going to find you somewhere in Nebraska in between the cornfields, and we're going to run this thing.
Yeah.
Because I was literally getting ready to go buy another radio. He says, we're not going to buy another radio. Let's just see if the FCC, let's just see. And we looked at the frequencies from what the pilot was operating at that time. They gave us a lot of information, which was very helpful. But we found nothing with my radio, and it was good after that. We were good.
Nice.
So once again, it was fun for me to learn a lot of stuff that he was doing. I really didn't understand, but it was fun to watch a technician like that pull out the radio, pull out the scopes, and start running through the processes of where to start and where to end, and let's see if there's an actual problem with the radio.
Sure.
It was
TC
cool.
Fitz with the $20 super chat. Thanks so much. Here's to Joe Brett's FCC violation. I hope they don't catch you.
Thank you.
Because in my situation, the last thing I want to do is affect the pilot. That's the last thing I want to do.
That's a great idea.
No, that's a horrible idea to affect.
No,
the
to
pilot.
Protect the pilot.
Yeah, to protect the pilot. Absolutely.
Shane, I don't know if we saw, but our good friend over at Ham Radio Lube gave us $10 for the 666th day of Christmas.
Were you asleep?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Okay.
It was on screen, actually.
So I got the radio back.
Minute.
I got the radio back. I put it back into the IROC, and we were good.
So I've got to acknowledge this accomplishment that Ron in 8WCR. He got a letter from an OO back in the 70s. His homebrew 40-meter CW rig was being heard all the way up to 6 meters. And actually, a friend of his from across town called him and said, "Hey, what are you doing on 6 meters?" That's
Now,
a
see,
bandwidth
for
right
POTA.
there, baby.
Right?
Well,
No kidding.
now see for POTA, that's a whole lot of contacts right there in POTA.
He had people answering his CW call, his CQ, and he had no idea, man. Hundreds of people.
He was running split. He was running split. He was calling on 6 and listening on 40, right?
Yeah.
40. Yeah. I'm listening up.
That's a hell of a split.
So
Hey, you know something? Molson's fun. That's a funny joke, but you know something? I don't understand something. If I could just take a squirrel for a second. When a station says I'm
What are you
listening
gonna do
up
with
five or 10, how come guys don't listen to that? How come guys just can't listen? Listen to the DX station. They get so afraid to go up and transmit, or don't operate the DX then.
Or they might not. I think what it probably is they probably don't understand what split is a lot of times.
You got it, buddy.
Or, like sometimes
How to do it on the radio.
Yeah, some guys aren't saying they're running split. Like they'll say at the beginning, and then they'll run a pile up, and then you're there listening to it, trying to get into this. Like, so I don't think it's that they're because obviously it's not going to serve. They're not listening on their transmit frequency. So if somebody knows what split is, it's useless to transmit on the TX frequency of the guy. He's not listening to that.
And I can tell you, I've screwed up doing that before. Like I've set my radio, go to VFOB,
go B,
set it to the split, go back to A, and then get in such a hurry that I forgot to hit the button to activate the split. Yeah. And I hear some guy going, "He's working split," and I was like, "Gosh, dang, sure is." Yeah. I had all the intentions of, I had it set up. I just forgot to hit the go button there.
I need to get on my next POTA. I'm going to run split.
Vern, there you go. on 6 meters and 40
yeah,
meters,
on
right?
20 and 40.
So Vern 6 says, I once got an OO because they said my wife was using my call sign. Her call sign is Kilo Romeo 5 SIX, and my call sign is Kilo Victor 5 SIX. So she had her own call, but that's assuming that you guys weren't together. If she was, like, even if she was using it, like if my son's here running my radio who's not licensed, and as long as I'm here, so I would assume that they were probably listening to you guys talk to each other. Otherwise, they're assuming quite a lot there. If they heard what they thought they heard, but it doesn't matter. Like, she has her own call sign. So anyways, and I guess they wouldn't know who she is. I don't know. Anyways, she had her own call. I find that I read a letter from the OO. I've never got one, obviously, because I'm a good boy. But I read a letter from the OO, and
you got to use the radio to mess up, Daniel.
Listen, I got a nice logbook to show that I use the radio, just not right now. But there's like a major power chip from an OO that comes. Do they really have power down there? Because I don't know. Jody, do we have OOs here? I don't think we do. You guys do. You have like section people. Right?
You know who the OO is? He's the hall monitor. And remember back in school, the guy who had you're the hall. Listen, I'd have more respect for somebody if they came up to, like, for instance, the situation I was talking about with me sitting in the parking lot and talking to the old guy. If that individual contacted me, I think I'd have more respect, even though I may not have agreed with the topic, but it's how you approached me. Sending me a letter is so sheepish. It's like these keyboard warriors on social media. That's what they used to do in the old day. You're a freaking hall monitor. Guess what? It's all how you say it. If I make a mistake, let me tell you. Listen, if I make a mistake, tell me. And you guys know me, my brothers. If I make a mistake, what do I say? I'm sorry. I'll learn from it. But if I didn't make a mistake, but even if I still make a mistake, it's all how you say it.
It's a friendly reminder.
You don't send a postcard to that. You don't send a
postcard. Or do you want me to send it on a Post-it note?
Yeah.
What helps your feelings is though.
So Misha, pretty cool story. He says Misha says in 1999 he had to redirect the lost ambulance on his ICW 32A on 148.765 megahertz. They saved the heart attack victim and thanked me for the anonymous redirect. I assume that's Ontario, probably, because OPP, the Ontario Provincial Police, are on that frequency. And Jody says that not sure if they're still around. There was an OO like program years ago, but I haven't heard of it for ages. So
They changed it to, they renamed it. Oh,
Yeah,
in Canada.
in Canada, yeah.
So
Yeah.
Izzo, along those lines of your friends correcting you, Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, not Germany.
Yes, I realize
Just-
that,
just-
and I'm sorry.
I'm just messing with you, buddy.
No,
I know.
no. I got excited in the moment, and after I said it, I'm like, and I'm thinking John Belushi, the movie 1941. I'm like,
Nobody noticed. Nobody noticed. That's
No,
all.
Yeah,
nobody noticed in the chat at all.
Just scroll back up.
team
Was that-
replay,
is that at the
everybody. Team
beginning?
replay.
It was in
That's what
Izzo's.
Was that at
Awesome.
the beginning? Was that the beginning?
Not at the
or just
beginning.
now?
It was no. It was about a quarter way through.
Because somebody remember there was a
the first
comment
hour.
saying somebody saying like Molson doesn't know his history or something, history wrong. That wasn't. I knew I didn't say something about history. It was. This is Molson. That's Izzo.
And thank you, Abe. He's wearing a shirt from a Japanese company.
Well, except for Tentac, except for what Tentac? Who's not?
Elecraft.
Elecraft.
See,
Well,
Flex.
Elecraft. I'm sorry. Elecraft is Tentac. Well, I'm sorry. Elecraft. Who else
Flex.
is Flex? Okay.
So
Wow.
Hyken and Hammond said OOs are now volunteer monitors. So they're like the mall cops. So
Call monitors.
The mall cops.
and I'm not. Listen, you know what?
Safety patrol.
So we're making fun of it. But at the end of the day, when we go back to that email, those people can play a responsibility in helping, like, over
Yes.
frequencies.
Oh yeah, no.
So
Yes,
so listen,
absolutely.
Nobody likes people who can exert authority over them, although they don't really have the authority. But we have a hard time being, held accountable sometimes. Right? All people are like
Right.
that. We don't
Mhm.
like that. So
It's
we
the
can
part of
laugh at,
self-policing
make jokes. Yeah, but the reality is that OOs do have a place to play, a role to play in the hobby. I would
They
just
help.
hope, like anything, they can help the hobby. They can also just like anybody who's given some level of license to I don't know what the word is, but not execute authority, but some level of I don't even know what the word is, but you guys get what I'm saying. There can be a tendency to sort of flex a little bit much, and that's the only thing I would hope for is that people who are executing this office make sure they verify the information. Don't just use people's complaints, Karen's emails saying this guy just because there are Karens who will say a lot of stuff. And
Right.
so and the reality is that if you just do it based off of a Karen without any sort of evidence or backup, then you start to make the position really mean nothing to the community, right? Like, so we want people to be held accountable. We all say it,
Mhm.
but people when they make a complaint, when they launch a complaint, it should be with some factual, documentation, record it, give a little bit of evidence to go with it. Otherwise, it's very easy to dismiss. It goes nowhere, and then I don't know. It's a tricky thing, but I don't know.
Slippery
That's just
slope,
my-
as they say.
Well,
and
I don't
Misha, and so was Misha. Misha says, "My bad, Molson. It was Izzo, so it was you."
I am sorry. Look,
forgive you.
see, and I
I'll forgive you.
apologize.
I'll
I
forgive you.
apologize, and I'll try to make sure it does not happen again.
No, we don't want you to try. Just be yourself, Izzo. That's why we're all here, because we like to be ourselves,
Okay.
unfiltered as it is.
Okay. Wait. We're coming up to 10 minutes. Whiskey 1, Foxtrot, Yankee Golf.
No, but I was just coming to my mind. So that letter from the you were reading those
Notices of violation.
notices of violation, and when you read it, they give like, on this date you did this, you were caught doing this, or monitored, or they were using location abilities. So like even the federal institutions or 3-letter institutions, they before they make the accusation, they sort of support their cause in their case. And so I know a friend who received a letter. It was based off of a Karen, like the one I said. There was no supporting evidence, and so you really just kind of burn the credibility of your position if you don't get that information. And it's one thing to write a letter saying, hey, if you're doing this, stop it. It's another thing to say, if you don't respond, I will report it to the FCC, which I've seen in an OO's letter, right? Wow. And so, like, when you start to say, if you don't, address this or discuss this with me, I'll report it to the FCC. You better have some supporting evidence to go to that level where you're gonna, kind of put some muscle behind it.
Yeah.
So anyways, but like I said, they have a very good role to play in the community, and they can help out to alleviate some of those issues with on-air.
Okay, so once again, it's all about the personality, right? And I agree with you. But so once again, though, the root of it is about the personality and how the message is conveyed through the conduit.
Yeah, very true.
Uh-huh.
Anyways,
well, and whatever happened to innocent until proven guilty?
That's after you don't respond to the notice of violation.
Okay.
That's just it. They give you the opportunity to say, hey, I done messed up, or hey, it wasn't me.
Yeah. Come on.
Like
innocent until proven guilty is a fallacy. It's not even true. Come on.
I'm waiting for the Dalai Lama.
Prove it innocent.
I'm waiting for Dalai Lama Brett to weigh in on this.
Dalai Lama. Daniel, you can lock your focus there.
Yeah, I'm too lazy. I don't know how. So
at least admit.
No. What is it? What is it? What is it? It's you're innocent until proven guilty, but we think you might be guilty, so we're gonna treat you like you're guilty. I don't know. It's it's not true. It's not true.
Would you rather be judged by 12 or carried out by 6?
Judged by 12, baby.
Yeah.
Like anytime.
Judged by 12.
I got my breaking news.
What do you got?
I'm 44 years old and I just got my first jury duty notice, and I'm kind of excited.
Really?
You
kind of excited.
Federal or how does it work? How does it work over there? Federal
county,
or like
it's county?
Oh, so you're not going to get anything juicy.
I don't know the county that we're in.
You're going to get.
It's going to be a meth lab, I'm sure.
You're going to get the guy who had the boot on his car who said he paid the tickets. You're going to get the ham radio operator who said I was operating on 146.52 and I did get my call sign every 10 minutes.
I wasn't on 14.200.
Wow. Izzo, that's magistrate's court.
That's true.
County
is
court.
So if hold on, if the FCC
yes, sir,
has. Hold on.
Right?
This is important. If you have the right to be judged by your peers, right?
Your peers.
So shouldn't all FCC cases have juries that are ham radio operators? Oh man, that would be cool.
We'd never go to court.
And they should all be televised on YouTube. All of them.
Yes. Just go to Discord. Well,
that would be amazing.
No, but stream the process. What happened to the Discord channel? Ham Court. Exactly. Bring out Judge Judy or Judge Ape. Just bring out Judge Ape, and we're good to go.
Didn't we have a Ham Court plug?
I think like
there is. Well, Ham Court's over in Toad's Discord.
Holy Wars, man, that's a relic.
Yeah,
it does not exist.
There's a Ham Court over in Toad's Discord.
I think Joe Brown
a lot of fun.
Joe Brown will make the perfect, equivalent to Judge Judy, but for the ham world.
It'd be a toss-up between him and Ape, because he'd be like, son, you done been accused of broadcasting on 14.200. How do you plead? Slip my Miller Lite.
Right. But, Your Honor, I bought the amplifier at the flea market. The guy said it worked.
I bought it in Huntsville at this flea market.
Right. How was I supposed to know that on PEP it was going to go to 5,000 watts? My power supply is only 35 amps, so how can it do 5,500 PEP?
Look, son, just because they sell it at AutoZone, don't make it street legal.
You've said that one a time or two.
so true.
Can you imagine Joe and Abe coming out with the white wig and the black
Oh,
cape
we should totally do that. Actually,
Oh
that'd
my
be amazing.
god, that'd be great.
Can we lightly touch on the game show that we're talking about that we're going to be doing?
No.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
lightly.
Lightly. And this is, I haven't seen him in the chat, but I have we owe a severe thank you and a lot of alcohol to Kyle
Kyle was in the chat
A0Z.
earlier.
Was okay. Hopefully he's still in there, but so Izzo has been bugging the piss out of us for ages to do more game shows.
It
We
was
like
a
doing
3
them.
a.m. idea. It was a 3 a.m. idea that I wrote on a post-it note.
Right. We like doing them because the last ones that we've done worked out great. So, but the last idea, and I think this was a combination of Izzo and myself, was we wanted to do, if any of you remember the old Hollywood Squares and how funny that show actually is, we were like, you know what, we should do like the ham radio squares or the Hamwood squares or something like that. So we were like, how are we going to facilitate that? Because the logistics of putting the board together, you know, the tic-tac-toe board together, as well as the contestants, and there's a lot of legwork that has to happen. Well, Kyle took the idea and ran with it. I'm not going to show off his work yet because it's not finished, and I think it would be a disservice to showing this to the community. But I cannot wait for us to put this together to do the Hammywood squares, I think is what he called it. I think that is probably one of the most funny streams of ham radio related content out behind
I will say this.
It is going to be a riot.
So we ran behind the scenes the other night, Sunday night, of trying to make, we wanted to push it to the limits of what Kyle was doing. We had some very good testing. I'm not going to say it's going to happen next week, but I want to say maybe sometime in the fall, late fall. But I can see this going throughout especially in the colder, when the northern hemisphere chills down and you guys are home in the wintertime on an evening. This will be a fun hour. I will tell you
It'll be hilarious. It'll be a 2-hour show, and we probably need to do it on Tuesday where everyone's prepared to stay for 2 hours.
I will tell you this. The next game that I want to do is Hangman, which I think will be funny as all. So we did match game, but it needs to be improved. I'm sure Kyle can.
Match game worked out great.
Yeah, but I kept screwing it up though because I anyway.
It's because you didn't know the rules. It's okay.
No, I
Germany.
follow the rules and anyway. But I think Hangman Ham Radio Hangman will be the next game show that we will do, and we're going to do it here. So anyone, don't be stealing our ideas. I'll tell you that right now, because if not, I'll get the OOs after you. You'll get a letter from the clubhouse.
Yeah, a strongly worded one with a lot of expletives.
Thanks to Kyle.
Because it's the clubhouse.
Kyle. Yeah. And thank you to Kyle for all his hard work that he's put into this.
I can't wait for you. There's 80 people, 79, 80 people watching. I can't wait for all of you to it's going to be great. And I just saw a great idea. Brian said the 10,000 kilohertz pyramid. That would be awesome as well.
We'll put Kyle on that too. We'll put Kyle. We're going to keep Kyle busy. We're going to
hold on. I'm writing that down, as Izzo would say.
Write it down, man. We're going to keep Kyle busy.
Probably he won't find that paper in the morning, so it's okay.
It's on my desk, son.
Can you see my desk?
Hey, Shane,
yes,
while we're giving out plugs.
Yes, I only have 3 things on my desk.
All right, listen, while we're giving out plugs, this is going to be a very, very soft plug. Sunday night, look for all the social media marketing that Jason, Ham Radio 2.0, is going to do. Fun show coming up on Sunday night on Jason's show. Him and Kyle have a New England Rove coming up next week. You're going to have an opportunity to work these guys, maybe me, maybe a few other guys. Put everybody in your ham alert. We said this 1,000 times. Anybody who needs the New England states and some surrounding states, this is going to be a fun opportunity to chase us. So learn more from Ham Radio 2.0. Get on his show Sunday night.
I'm writing this one down too. And also, Ham Till It Hurts. HERTZ. That's probably the coolest YouTube name I've seen in a while.
That is a very cool one.
Bravo, buddy. That's awesome.
The Wheel of Frequency. Interesting. Molson will be no wait. I can't have Molson be in charge of turning the letters because he'll turn the wrong letter, like the wrong button. So
Hit the wrong button.
scrap.
All right, jot these ideas down.
Love you, Molson. Yeah, I know. Thinking of. I know.
I will take care of the buttons tonight. Don't worry about it. I got it, buddy.
You got it.
Damn
Yeah.
you.
No, I didn't want it to. I wanted us to have like an outro. I didn't want us to end on just a black screen.
I mean, you
Sopranos
want to end
episode.
like this?
The last Sopranos.
I didn't want to.
Oh, whose feed line is it anyway?
Oh, that's a good one too.
Oh, right. Shane, write that down. Shane, write that down. Write it down.
That's probably one of my favorite shows too. By the way, but you gotta be like on point.
Oh, yeah.
Between the dumpster fire boys and the people in the chat, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
That might be difficult to do because you would have to act out a bunch of stuff. But
I've seen this a couple times in the chat throughout the show, and if we could come up with some type of Price is Right, evidently Izzo's got Bob's mic there.
He does.
Can you hold it with?
He does.
Sure can.
There you go.
And don't forget to neuter your pets.
Don't forget to have your pets spayed or neutered. Did y'all hear that his estate is going to like
There you go.
40 different
Yes. Oh yeah.
charities? Yeah.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
totally cool. Oh,
No.
Jody.
Name that tuner.
Name that tuner.
I can name that tuner in two spurious emissions.
First
Name
word
it both.
starts with Bofang.
Hey man, that was a fun. Seriously, when you think of all those game shows back in the day, that was especially when you were sick from school, and you had that whole lineup. You had that whole lineup, man. You had that, man.
Look at this. Look at this.
Now they have the
Look at
Game Show
this.
Network.
You had
What?
Jody
What's
at 10:01. Jody wrote, "Name that tuner," and at 10:01, Phil wrote, "Name that tuner." It's
Great
at the
minds.
same
And-
time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great minds think alike.
10:01.
Yep. Man, we're
You
gonna
guys
keep
ever-
Kyle busy.
Right? Well, he's
Kyle's
asked for it. too.
Kyle's gonna have no time for playing
Yeah,
tennis.
that's evil.
Do you guys watch The Weakest Link?
Yes.
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 That would be another good show too.
Mhm.
You know who I would want to host that? Callum.
Oh my
would-
God.
Callum
That
would be
gold. Callum, please.
Callum, please contact me, Callum.
That
we
would be
haven't
fun.
talked. I'll send you more cigars. I don't care.
I'm gonna expand upon this. You could call it the weakest dipole.
So think about that. Did you just go completely over my idea I put in the chat?
I didn't see yours.
See,
Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
you think you're smarter than a QRZer? I like that.
get this.
Oh.
We bring a QRZ guy.
That would be
Oh.
awesome. Do you think he would
Oh,
answer our emails?
no.
Because he's blocked us on socials.
You and I thought the same guy.
How much? Oh my God! Imagine getting him here on this show.
Oh God.
No,
There's
well-
many to choose from.
right? Mike's got
And-
the right idea. Chicken noodle soup and the Price is Right is a cure for the common cold.
Absolutely.
All right, so we want to start wrapping it up, fellas.
Yeah.
We'll start
I
with
think we
Joe.
just
Joe
did.
Brett. Joe Brett.
I'm Joe Brett, K5YVY, and I hope to hear you on the air someday, and hope to see you back next Tuesday night. And I've got videos coming, but who knows what they'll be and when they will.
Hey, Daniel.
All right.
Hey, thanks to all our viewers who are watching tonight, and everything we said tonight is without prejudice and allegedly. And have a good night, everybody.
Yeah, didn't incriminate myself at all. Izzo.
I'm gonna try to play some radio on Saturday especially with the storm coming up to the. Hopefully, it'll stay to the east of us, but I think I want to go back out to Rhode Island, watch the waves. I find that always be cool to catch an operator.
Hey,
Other than
you could do that with the Kiwi, right? Right. Do some SDR stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is. Oh, sorry.
no, that's all I got, man. Just having fun, smoking cigars.
That would be
and-
hilarious.
and
Coffee and Ham Radios versus the Clubhouse.
Let me tell you something.
Hamley
that was,
feud.
We've already discussed that. We've actually discussed that of doing us versus other groups. And
Yeah,
I
but
think
we
the
already
first-
see how they play. You know, we're
That's
supposed to have that competition at Monsanto.
They'll come
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
why
stream
would-
3 days
Dirty.
early, and
What would happen? Oh. Nothing that a tire iron can't fix, right? Right, Shane?
Hey.
Wow. Dang.
Jeez.
We love our
Take him
brothers.
out at the
man.
knees.
That's right.
Yeah.
Steve's going to lose his invite.
Right. Absolutely.
Oh, no, it's just going to be a better show.
Right?
We're going to give him hell. Why you let them boys talk about us like that?
Yeah.
I don't
Gene
control
is-
the mute button.
Jim is going to be all in your face. Just give him a doctor.
No,
He's good.
Jim won't have a clue what's going on. You ain't got to worry about him. He ain't even watched tonight.
All right. Do we leave off at Izzo?
Yep.
Yeah, give it
Okay.
to Steve. Give it to
All right,
Steve.
Steve.
All right. So, yep. Saturday, Coffee and Ham Radios. After that, I'm going to go out.
What
'cause
time?
What time is their show?
11
You're
o'clock
on it.
Eastern time. 11 o'clock Eastern time.
11 Eastern. Yep. So,
I
after
was about to
their
say,
show,
you better know what time to show up.
Yeah. After their show, I'm going to go out and activate a park with my brand new secretary, who's a technician. So I'm going to get her on HF.
Excellent. Good. Save mentoring.
Yep.
sorry.
Steve's potoing with his secretary.
Yep.
Easy, Molson. Easy, Molson. Easy, Molson.
From the club. From
That's
the club.
next week's show. That's next week's show. Molson.
But it is the
Notice the
South
curtain's not up
Carolina
tonight.
Parks. Yeah,
Steve's
the
going to get a
door's
letter. Steve's going to get a letter for that one.
Oh shit! The door is closed.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I'm terrible. I'm
picture.
sorry.
It is the South Carolina Support Your Parks weekend. So they're trying to activate all 151 parks. So that will be interesting.
At once?
At once.
Whew.
Over the weekend, yeah.
Whew.
Well, one of them's only accessible by a boat. So,
You did that.
That's the one
Somebody-
you're going to be at?
no, God, no.
You did that one time, though.
I've already-
you
I've already
and your
done that
dad
one.
did that. Yeah.
No, myself, Tom, W4ID,
Oh.
and Jim, KO4MNB. Old
Okay.
man, nearly bald.
So you have
Oh,
a
that's
good
a
group
cool
of people
concept.
going to do POTA on Saturday, or
Yeah, there will be quite a few out in the South Carolina
Good.
parks.
Look forward to chasing you.
no?
on
But
20 and 40.
your group going to do POTA. It's a bunch of you guys.
No, actually, my group is splitting off to different parks, so we can
Thank
hit
you,
all
Lee.
of the parks in this area.
Okay.
Guys, we misspoke. I'm sorry, guys. No, seriously. Coffee and Ham Radio is 10 a.m. Eastern,
10 a.m.
9 a.m. Saturday. I'm sorry. Good, great show.
9 a.m.
seriously.
Central, 10 a.m.
Great
10 a.m.
show.
Eastern.
Watch it.
I
Guys.
wish they started
Absolutely.
at 8 Central. I always wish that. I
Up that early.
yeah, see, I've already
Not early.
poured my
early.
coffee. I'm usually
yeah.
out of coffee by the time they start the show.
Oh.
I've already been through a pot of coffee at that point.
I know it'd be pretty rough on Chuck getting up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Hey guys, look at this one. Survivor, Poda Island. Now there you go.
Let's see. There is
No.
an island we could go
I
to
can-
that
well,
Mike activated. So, Mike,
hosted by Bear Gillis.
I was going to say, but Lou actually worked me at that island.
yep.
He was
Were you
Just a-
naked?
no,
Oh,
How about
I was in my swim trunks. You saw the pictures of me on the boat.
okay.
did anybody say, are you smarter than a technician?
No,
Well,
we
I did. Are you smarter than a QRZ?
Or is that
Okay.
It would be interesting, though, for someone to do the Are You Smarter Than a Technician, where we go through technician questions and see who gets them right and who gets them wrong.
We're all gonna. I bet you a vast majority of us will not pass the test again.
Oh, I agree. Totally.
Oh,
Totally. But that'd be fun.
That'd be fun.
That's what we like to
Hey,
do in this hobby is have fun.
Or turn that into the hangman, and now you're.
I got to
hung.
figure out how we can make that, where we can put the hangman, where I don't know if Kahoot does it or if there's someone that does it, where we can have a graphic to display it. That'd be kind of cool.
Kyle.
yeah?
Kyle, get up.
Kyle,
Yeah.
Kyle figured that one out.
Kyle can do it for us.
and I got a new part for the trailer.
Is that an unreleased part that they sent
is.
you? That you're okay. Gotcha.
It is a very unreleased.
At least you're showing that.
Yep. No.
He has a video coming out. Just don't worry about it.
There will be a video on it. So that's the contest console from
Nice.
Halibut Electronics. So
Very cool.
good stuff.
Hey,
All right,
before
so
we
is
hit
it-
that
is-
button,
Can I
because if we
go?
don't hit in the next. Hold on.
Can I
just
go?
want to say this. Hold on. Everybody who donated tonight, before we go, I don't want to forget. Thank you so much. That's all I want to say.
I'm gonna name them, but can I close
Oh,
the show?
shit.
Is that okay?
Look at you being the host and secretary all in
Jesus
one.
Christ.
Hey,
Go
Shane,
ahead.
Shane, real
Like
quickly.
playing cards with my brother's kids.
A pointed out that you like to say we have so many people watching.
Oh my
You know,
God! 78 people are watching right now.
Let me
Thank
tell
you.
you something.
Thank you for the reminder.
Some night I'm gonna put like a ding 1, 2. I want to figure out. I think you say it about 8, and I love that you do it, and I love the fact now that Ape is calling you out on it. So that's what makes it even.
We have sound effects for that too.
We do.
So yeah. Okay. So, is it okay if I go now?
It's your turn. Go for it.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, so K0H O'Brien, thanks for the $20 super chat. Jody, thanks for the Canadian 12 for the buck a day for the 12 days of Christmas. Four Wheeler Redneck for the $10 super chat. Evan Barchek for the $19.99 super chat. TC Fitz, thanks for the $20 super chat. Digital Ranger, thank you for the $20 super chat. Ham Radio Tube, his first donation to the clubhouse. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat, TC Fitz. Thanks for another. That's $40 tonight from TC. Wait a minute, $40 from TC Fitz tonight. Thank you so much.
It's going to happen.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
telling you.
$128 added to the kitty tonight for the 12 days of Christmas. As
Minus 30%.
always, thank you. Right, yeah, exactly. As always, like, share, comment, share this with your friends. Join us on the podcast if you're looking for something to do on your drive in. You can buy us a coffee if you like. The links are always in the description of the videos if you don't like to do the super chat stuff. They take a less percentage of it if you do the buy a coffee, or if you just want to donate to the club, let us know and we'll set up a direct donation. Looks like Ham Radio Wilderness, Frank, thanks for the $4.99, and thanks for upgrading. He upgraded last week to the cigar lounge. I think I missed that because it didn't show on screen, but I saw it.
Shane, you need to make a
Yes.
correction.
Okay.
Ham Radio 2 is not his first donation.
That's right. It's not Mike's first.
Oh, it's under the new name then, because
Yes. First
YouTube
under the
said
new
it was
name.
it was number one. So I'm sorry, Mike.
Number one for the
You
new
should
two.
change your YouTube
Gotcha.
channel temporarily to Ham Radio Tube, artist formerly known as Kate MRD.
That's fantastic.
I like it. He's done well with the graphics and everything.
Oh, yeah, it looks
flowing
great.
into it. I like
Yeah.
it.
For myself, I've got I have a Tessman and a Kai Wheats meter that I'm in the process of reviewing. I have a video out on those sometime in the next quarter,
Those are great.
maybe next quarter. We'll figure it
Next
out.
quarter.
I have too much stuff to do. I do want to go back out and do POTA. I haven't done POTA in probably, Steve, correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you can pull my logs up, but I don't think I've done POTA in probably 8 months.
Oh, are you serious?
I think so, yeah. I've just
No
been
wonder
so
why
busy.
That hammer has dust on it.
Right?
Your call sign has got dust on my hammer.
Wednesday and Thursday, Saturday and Sunday of this week, we're going to try to fly the balloon. We've got some favorable weather. The 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th of September, if in the Dallas Fort Worth area, the Plano Balloon Festival is going to be taking place. What are you cracking up about?
Can I ask you a serious question?
Okay, hold on.
Shane.
Hold on.
Molson first.
We're 15 minutes over. So Ron says it should be Ham Radio Valve for European people, and then Mike says it's Tube as in YouTube, Ron, and then Mike says Sad Ham Mailbag Monday is now known as Get YouTube Side.
Yeah. So Shane, April 22nd was your last activation
Of this year?
Of this year.
Okay.
So my birthday
right.
was your last activation.
So
Appreciate
I'll probably go out in October for my birthday. But because now that the weather is more conducive to POTA, I'll go out and do a POTA. No, I won't. I'm sorry. I don't like sitting out there in my own pool of sweat
Activate
playing
from the
ham
truck.
radio. I don't have a setup for that. Remember, I have like a mast and an in-fed half wave and a coffee and ham radios Artemis antenna and
So what's the
a
problem?
Buddy Stick Pro, and it's too hot. I'm not going. I'm
Run
not
the
going to
coax
go.
through the window.
I'm not
have a
going to go.
fan.
No, no,
Dude,
no.
I
don't
have
want
the
to set up.
fan. I got the screened octagon
Nope.
from the clam. Come on,
Nope.
man. Oh my
That
god.
that way the coax can't pull the radio off the tailgate.
I poted for my vehicle with the Buddy Stick Pro, man.
Love you,
Okay,
brother.
You're in
coax
Mississippi. I'm
out
in
the
Texas.
door.
It's hot.
No, I was in Missouri at that point, and it was
Still hot in
was quite
Texas, not
nice.
Missouri.
We talk radio at 2 hours and 16 minutes into the show.
We talked ham radio earlier. Anyway. All right. So thanks everybody for joining us tonight. 74 of you that stuck around this late. Molson did not end the stream early. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Let me get to the right screen so that I can hit the awkward wave. Where is that? There it is. All right. So Beer Snack, we love you, buddy. And we did hear back from him. He's working a ton, spending time with some kiddos. So for those of you that have asked about Beer Snack, that was the last update we got from him. So spend that time with the family. You're always welcome back, buddy. He takes care of the financial side of all
He
this.
is alive and well.
So he gets to deal with the emails that I go, hey, you need to ship out this from Gigaparts next week. Otherwise, somebody's going to get mad at us. So drop a comment down below about the 12 days of Christmas if you have any ideas after the show ends, because it won't work right now. Anyway, Awkward Wave. See you guys next week.
Later.
See ya.
See you next Tuesday. After this show, we all better check our mailboxes for letters.
Get your finger off the button, Molson.